And we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to From the Ground Up, our very first YouTube stream. We've done a couple YouTube streams in the past, and to begin with, I want to go ahead and say thank you all very much for being loyal subscribers to this channel. You know, about 8 years ago today, actually, I started my YouTube channel with the goal of sharing information and resources to help you guys build your brands. And over the years, we've made content on whether it's making shoes, whether it's making apparel, cut and sew,
Recording in
e-commerce,
progress.
photography. You know, we created all kinds of content to help and assist you in your journey. And up until this point, everything was on YouTube. And the only way that we could really connect was through the comments on the YouTube videos, or if we did a YouTube live like this, we were able to, you know, hop on and do a little chat on the side and answer your questions. But we wanted to take things one step forward, one step towards the future of what we feel entrepreneurship should be and what entrepreneurship has evolved into. It's no longer just about you doing a business and you hoping that you find success and hopefully somebody is willing to share some information with you. What we decided to create was something very special that we call From the Ground Up Community. And in this community, it's an app, and it's available at FTGU.app. In this app, you not only get to connect to people, you get to connect to resources at discounted prices. There's live education that happens 3 to 4 times every single week. You get to actually mingle with certain groups. So whether you're printing from home or you're doing e-commerce or dropship or cut and sew, we created groups that specialize in each of these topics. And we also are going to be doing some cash giveaways. You guys heard that right. In this video, we're going to be introducing the 5 grand to build your brand.
Yeah, baby.
Excited?
Let's go.
So excited because this is the game changer that we've been waiting for, guys. For years, you had to go out and figure it out. You know, we started videos on how you could do it with $0. So we're going to be giving out 5 grand to build your brand through this platform, FTGU.app. So if you're not already a part of it, make sure you go sign up right now, because not only will you have access to more education, not only will you have access to a community of entrepreneurs that will support you, the discounts to the resources that you need, you also have a chance to pitch your business to me and to the team that's involved. And we are funding 10 people with $500 each, and this is just the beginning. So I wanted to go on here and share this message with you guys. If you're not already aware, John DeMarco or Cody, pull up that FTGU.app site where you can learn it, make it, and sell it.
Yep, it's up there, and you can actually click right on this learn it, make it, sell it window right there. It'll take you directly to our app.
Yes, and we got, so good evening. We got Kevin Hawthorne. We got Cynthia from Corpus Christi. We got Abby from Best Cost-Effective Way to Promote My Brand Question. We're going to get to questions very soon. We got Damon, Nasim, Prophilic Hands. Good evening from Memphis, Texas. We got, wow, that sounds great. It's incredible. So Oshan Sigler, happy new day, bro. I was currently searching for ideas while working on my brand, and I received this notification. Thank you for joining this call. We decided to go live last minute and start off the week with this amazing, incredible news. So if you're just tuning in, remember, it's 5 grand to build your brand, and it's available on the FTGU.app, where we're not only going to help you learn it, make it, and sell it, but we're going to help you perfect it together. And I want to go ahead and introduce the team that's possible, guys, because for years we were doing videos on our own, and then last year I invested into a team, and this year I think we have one of the most solid team in the history of YouTube for entrepreneurship. We got the man Madin Gabrezgir. Tell him a little bit about you, Madin, and how we kind of know each other.
All right, so hello everyone that's watching on the YouTube channel. My name is Madin. I am pretty close with John. I've known the guy over 10 years. I've seen him evolved into the YouTube Don as he is now. You know, I know he doesn't like to say that about himself, but you know, he's your homies. You gas him up, right? So been a part of his journey as he started Revive Brand Co. over 10 years ago and out of the college here locally. And then I decided to jump in with them because of all the people that I was helping start businesses, because we had our own little business incubator out of the college there. John was the one guy who took the program seriously and said, you know what, I want to actually make this thing happen. And so we both understudy a professor over there named Kevin Rayford, who was a business professor. He was a police cadet at the time. And he said, you know what, Medina, I know you guys got a program going on here, an incubator. I want to really start this brand. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And then Professor Rayford sent me to his house, and one day he had a stack of JanSport bags that he bought himself, at 19 years old, and then just started going at it. His brother started sewing, and I was like, I like this guy. He's really about it. He's an executioner. So ever since then, we've worked together on multiple different projects. We've been in different business competitions together, and a long history of a long battle history in trying to start up brands, failing, starting again. We had ideas from poop and scooping businesses to consulting services to backpack brands and clothing apparel. So we've done it all, and we're here now. And I've been with the company now with John's company for almost 6 months, just over 6 months, since the beginning of the year. And he's built something amazing, and I just wanted to lend my talent and my time to make it more incredible for everyone here, to connect the community and make it more valuable. So I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm honored to work with all of you guys. Thank you for having me.
Guys, and Medine has been an incredible resource to the people in our academy since the beginning of this year. He's been fielding calls, and we actually set up something very special on his live stream that you guys can access to the descriptions right down below. So if you expand the description tab, it'll actually take you to a Zoom link. And in that Zoom link, you guys can actually request to join this call live, because we're going to be bringing on some guests. I see Nassim is on here. What up, my man? We're about to bring you on in a little Q&A here when you're ready. And then I'm also checking out the questions on the chat. So if you, for whatever reason, you're driving, we don't want you guys to try to answer anything while you're driving. So we could take some of the chat questions from you as well. We got one guy. His name is his username is Donkey Milk. And
I was looking at that. I thought it was very interesting.
Hold on, though, guys. You guys can't make fun of Donkey Milk.
Okay, sorry. I just didn't see that coming. No disrespect.
Right, because Donkey Milk said only $5,000. Boy, I'll give you 10. And I said, all right, let's connect and make it happen.
Yeah, what's up?
So Donkey Milk, don't play, man. Let's follow up, man.
Oh, he said that?
He said that.
He
All
said
right,
he
Donkey
said
Milk,
he'll
book
set
your
up
trip
put
to
up
Vegas.
10.
We're meeting with you, man.
Let's do it, bro. Let's make it happen. So we got Prophilic Hands wants to get into cut and sew sublimation, a few ideas that they want to launch soon.
I want to just throw out a couple of ground rules before we get everything rolling. So we've done some live streams before, and we just want to make sure we keep the guardrails up and keep everything running smooth. And it's a great experience for everyone watching and everyone who watches the replay. A couple of things. So just number one, if we interrupt you, it's not because we were being rude or we want to be jerks. It's if there's a lot of people in the Zoom call, we want to make sure we get to as many people as possible. Number two, everyone on the chat. This actually should be rule number one. Everyone who's getting on the calls, we just keep it respectful. Keep it kind of lighthearted, positive, because it's the energy we need in order to actually get things going and good ideas out there. So those are the two major things.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
Anything you'd like to add, Cody?
Let's just have fun with it. Check out FTGU.app. Don't sleep on it.
That's right. FTGU.app. $19 a month.
And somebody asked, how can they get on it? So can you guys walk them through? Are you guys able to walk through the website real quick and just show the website domain? And I'll kind of just walk through it. So we have the website. So for those of you guys that want to sign up, our main promise is learn it, make it, sell it. I mean, we really simplified entrepreneurship into these three things, where you're going to learn how to do it, you're going to actually do it, make it, and then you're going to learn how to sell it. And the beauty about this is that you're not doing it alone, and we're doing it together. So right at the top, so if you go to FTGU.app, you'll see this landing page. And on this page, it'll give you a little bit more details about how we plan to do this. And the beauty about what we're working on right now, guys, is that we literally just launched it, and it's like in a closed, essentially like in a smaller community circle, and we're constantly adapting and adding new things. So you guys will actually see the rollout of this come together in real time, and you guys will have an opportunity to really connect with us on a more personal level, because as more people get on, as we got 5,000 or 10,000 people, it's not going to be as personal to the core group. So we'd love to make those personal connections with those of you guys that join right now. So once you click join now, what you're going to see is it's going to take you to another page. And that page should be popping up. And it's you choose a plan to get started. So we made it really easy. There's only really two plans. You're either going to get a plan for $19 a month, and if you click on that, and that's the one that you can get started, and you have access to all of the business pitch competitions that we're doing, where we're going to be funding businesses. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to pitch your business, for you to learn how to pitch the business, for you to learn how to make your products, and for you to learn how to sell. So for $19 a month, you get access to a content library that's preloaded on there. Or if you want to go with 197, you save some money for the yearly term, and we're also releasing some benefits. So any of you who purchased the yearly plan before, you'll also get grandfathered into these benefits that we're going to be launching in these next 2 weeks. And these benefits are going to help you make your first product. So it's going to be open to the people at the 197 tier. If you go month to month, you can go 19.99 and it still gives you access to everything that we mentioned. But the 197 is going to have a special bonus offer for those people that are really committed to this. So that's how you'll do it. You'll subscribe. You'll either do annual or monthly. And then from there, it'll ask you to download an app called Mighty Networks. And Mighty Networks is where this community is being hosted right now until we get the FTGU app on the iOS and Android store. So Mighty Networks is the app you'll have to download, so then you can access it directly from your phone. And when we go live, you can actually talk to people there. You can direct message. You can join these groups. And we can have polls and conversations and share your updates. It's a beautiful community, so we asked that you check it out with the links down below. And if you're watching this, if you're just tuning in, we are taking some questions live. So we're going to be bringing up some people. And the very first guy that we got is a man, Nasim. Nasim, my brother, thank you for coming on the call. Can you guys
How are you guys?
Catch him in.
Yep.
Nasim.
Nasim, welcome, sir.
Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Incredible,
Great.
man. Incredible. Thank you for joining. Where are you joining from?
I'm joining from Tallahassee, Florida.
Shout out Tallahassee. I got some real good friends down there.
How did the weather affect that area? Is it good?
To be honest, we had the best weather we ever had because of that hurricane, to be honest. Like, I'm just being honest with you. It was great.
Man, it worked out for you.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
Awesome, man. Tell me a little bit about what you got working and kind of what your goal is over the next few weeks or months.
So first off, I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much, because literally about like 3 weeks ago, I was just doing a lot of research because like I'm a graphic designer and I'm an artist, and I've just been creating, but not pushing anything out really. And like I came across your videos because I wanted to create my own clothing brand. I wanted to just do a lot of things. And I came across your videos, and I found one of them to be like, I find every single one of them so informative, and like they're so good, like, and so specific, so informational. Like, I thank you guys so much. And there was this one video that I found so interesting. It was the video where you guys did the contest, where it was 3 people, and then it was the budget $0, $10, $50, whatever. And like
Nothing to something challenge.
You said what?
It was a nothing to something video where we gave 3 people a budget.
Yeah, so like that budget video really inspired me, because once I saw that you could really do it with $0, I had no excuse. So literally the day after, I just launched like my artist business. So that's what this is right here. So like
Yeah.
like ever since, and like I'm still watching your videos now. Like I'm just trying to get the ball on a roll. Like I'm just creating content, just trying to really get seen out there. Really.
Incredible. What's your brand called, by the way?
I have 2 brands. One of them is Groove LLC, and that's a clothing brand that hasn't come out yet. And then I have my clothing brand, and it's really just, it's not even a clothing brand. It's actually a personal brand where I turn myself into a brand, and I'm just selling like my art and stuff like that. So it's just Nasim, like Nasim August. That's my full name.
Similar to how you got it on Zoom with August at the end?
Yeah, that's because that's my name. Yeah.
Awesome. Can we pull up his account, guys? Are we able to? I'm gonna link it in the Nasim August.
If you want, you could pull up my website, and you guys could give critique and feedback.
What's your website?
It's NAHSSIM.com.
And Nasim, can you tell us a little bit about what your art is inspired by and where it kind of came from?
Ever since I was a kid, to be honest, I've always really just appreciated like art. Like I like Naruto, I like anime, I just like different things. I personally just like what I like. And I was just drawing ever since a kid. But when I got to high school, it was a different story. Like I really honestly threw away everything that I ever loved. just off trying to be popular and stuff like that, and just like, you know, just following the crowd and stuff like that. And then I felt like when I got out of high school, it was a real, it was a real like a check, like a humble yourself moment where you just had to like, you're just out in the world and you're just really trying to figure out like what you truly want to do, and it's no more following the crowd. It's like, especially if you want better for yourself. So then I started to just explore, and I just really picked up back on like doing art and stuff like that. And I picked
So
up an
the art I'm
iPad.
seeing on the scene, it's amazing. Again, sorry to cut you off and to keep things rolling here.
I love the
The
art.
the art that you created, it's very like abstract art. Is that right?
You could say that. Yeah. Thank you.
No, I mean, it looks great. You
He's
know,
a
it's
new
just,
Picasso.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually appreciate that for real.
It's incredible. Like what's kind of inspiring the main image there with the multiple kisses and the lips, and what's the messaging there?
I feel like there's like multiple messages within that one picture itself. Like it's the picture that's on my shirt right here.
I see it. I see it time and time.
Yeah,
so
like
so you put it into a kind of like I see hats, t-shirts as well, or just hats?
I
I saw
put
a
it
trucker
on.
hat.
So far, I have it on everything.
Shorts,
But
phone
on my
cases.
website,
Everything.
I only have it on hats, cups, phone cases, and tote bags.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the question that we asked everybody, and this is a foreshadowing to the competition. So again, this giveaway is in the form of a competition, and we're listening to people's pitch, and
Right.
we're going to hear the pitch and see where you're at. So Nasim, you're going to be some of the first people. I mean, you're going to be one of the first people to kind of hear this kind of feedback, and then I want you to kind of work on it and come back to us. But what we're going to do is within the competition, you're going to have 60 seconds. You're going to have 60 seconds to pitch your brand to us, and you have to tell us what the brand name is, what the main message or the meaning behind the brand is, the products that you sell, and the styles and the type, and you have to be very clear about it. Of course, the price point, right? And then so you got to fit as much detail of that what I just listed. More of it will be sent out to everybody in emails and follow-ups on the comments, but that's pretty much what we're going to base if you're going to win the $500 or not. And we're giving, again, 10 people $500. And so, Nasim, for your brand, what we're talking about here is I'm glad to hear your story a little bit. And if we had more time, what I'd do with you, based on our experiences, we would drill down your pitch, kind of really hone in on the key aspects of what you're talking about and get it distilled so you can say it really quickly and briefly, and then be brief, be brilliant, be gone. That's kind of the messaging people talk about. So just please check back in with us, and we'll see you on the next stream as well. But I know John wants to probably follow up on a few things with you, but I just really want to kind of set you on that path where remember that people's time frame and their attention span is like that. So you got to be able to say everything you need to say, not only through the products, but when people you get people's attention, they come to your site or your Instagram page, what are you telling them? So that way you can close them for the sale. So does that make sense?
No, it really does. That's really what I'm trying to work on right now. I noticed that. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So please work on that. Continue to work on it. We're gonna move on to some other callers, people who may be on the stream here.
So we had a couple questions, but before we move on to, I mean, we got Prophilic Hands that's coming in. I'm pretty sure his hand is coming up soon. But Nasim, I guess the biggest thing to kind of like really think about as we move forward in this week, because we're actually going to do 3 calls this week. So this is the first call that we're bringing people on. Wednesday we got another one, same time, similar time, around 4 or 5-ish. I think 5.
Very intense.
Yeah, 5 o'clock is another one, Pacific Standard Time, and then we got one on Friday morning. So everyone that's watching right now has multiple opportunities for us to really connect and for us to kind of follow up. But between now and this next call, I think a really important thing you should take away is like, you have some incredible art, and now you have to think about, like when somebody asks like, who's this for, or like, what does it mean? I think the things that really sell, so because I guess I'm taking it from a perspective of like, if I saw your art from the very first time and I think it's cool, but then I don't see the underlying message that maybe you want to resonate to your audience, I may not make the connection that maybe this piece of art is for my niece or nephew, or for a friend of mine that's about to have a birthday, or for somebody's gift or present. Like, because I don't see that connection, I may not purchase from you. But if I see that connection right at the top, because you say, oh, this is for this person, and the overall message is X or Y, then now as somebody that's watching it for the very first time, I'll be like, oh, that's really cool, and the pricing is nice. Like, I want to save the site because I'm gonna buy it from my cousin, right? I think they're really gonna like this message. So the pitch is all about kind of condensing something abstract into something that's concrete for anybody to be able to understand. So it's about making like an abstract message into something that's understandable so you can close the sale. And that's what the business pitch competition is all about. Is in the FTGU.app, we're actually going to be building out some curriculum over the next week and a half that's going to prepare those people to come on here and actually pitch their brand live on YouTube. So it's going to be pitched on Zoom, and there's going to be 10 people that are going to essentially be pitching it, and we're going to be selecting winners from that. So people are going to get funding for their business, whether they want to use it for a website, whether they want to use it for some gear, or they want to use it for equipment, or advertising. They can use it however they want. We'll just send the money to them. So that's the goal of this app, and that's what we're doing in this community, that we're taking our interaction and education to the next level, meaning that we're actually going to equip you with the funds to do some of the goals that you have. So Nassim, thank you so much for joining, man, turning on the camera, saying what's up. Like, we love to see people in the community and actually put a face to the views, because they're so important.
I just want to kind of just take a brief pause before we move on to the next one and just kind of get a reset. My name is Medine. That's Cody sitting over there. And this is, of course, John Santos' YouTube channel.
And
what we are doing here is we are introducing the community. We are introducing the FTGU.app to the John subscribership and YouTube in general. This is brand spanking new. It's not being offered anywhere. You're getting cash giveaways, cash contests for your business, business pitch competition, as well as you got all the things like you have our suppliers that'll be on the app as well that you can get competitive rates on. You have all kinds of information that you're going to get through our live streams. Cody and I will be hosting a lot of them. John will be on a lot of them. But we are here to pretty much service you. So we want to revolutionize the way everything is being done right now. Instead of dumping information on you, we're going to talk one-to-one. So it hasn't been done before. We're excited about it. FTGU.app.
Go ahead and click the window that says Learn It, Make It, Sell It. It'll take you right to FTGU.app.
That's right. $19 a month. And if you pay $197, you're saving a couple of months up front. Plus, you get some goodies to start your business right away.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. So we'll take a question from the chat real quick, and then we'll jump over to either Chris or Profilic Hands, whoever wants to come on next. Let us know right now by raising the hand on the thing or just waving and saying me. All right, Chris, got you. So we had a question coming in. It says something about a press. What's the best heat press to buy on budget, and which websites?
Ooh.
So yes, we do. We have made a couple of different videos on heat pressing and making stuff from home. Now, this is where a budget-friendly heat press can help get you started, and you can start making money with it. But when you start making money, you got to start looking at the upgrades for the heat press in order to be more efficient and better, and save you more money based on the time that it's saving you. So some really good presses that you can find. You can either find them at heatpressnation.com. They got some pretty good ones. We'll link some in the description on the replay as well, so you guys can link to them. Heat Press Nation. We also got Heat Transfer Warehouse. Heat Transfer Warehouse has some great price points, starting at like $250.
They got one starting at $125, but that's like a hand one.
Yeah, the 125. Yeah. 125 is pretty good for like the single off. You're doing some sampling.
Yeah,
when you
go
to
smaller designs.
Yeah, so when you go to the $300 range, you're looking at stuff that you can actually start building a brand with, at least printing a couple shirts a little bit more efficiently.
Full graphic.
When you jump into the 700, now this is more of a production type of press. And then, but with some skeleton features. So it might not have the pull-out drawer. It might not have the auto opener. When you go into the $1,100, $1,500 range, this is more of a production setup where you can set the time, you can set temperatures. Actually, setting temperatures is around the $2,500 range. So from $300 to help get you started, better than a hand press one. $700, now you're in the game. $1,100, it's got some upgraded features to save you that time and make you money. And then in the $2,000 range, you get that auto timer. And that auto timer is important because if you want to leave it and go run on and do something else, it'll automatically pull up, or controlling the temperature is important because now you could actually set the temperature to what you need. Some of the presses on the lower range will just they
just kind of heat up.
They just kind of heat up
Yeah.
and hopefully it's heated up to the temperature that you need. So there's some little benefits that come on the higher price point of products. And
yeah, we were using the $1,300 for that last video we were doing. So I was actually filling a big order. It was a 20 shirt order, and the 20 shirts with our $1,300 press, it had the auto open, it had the slide out platen. It took me about a little over an hour to do, but if we were rocking like a $300 press, I would have been there 3-4 times as long. So if you're doing hundreds of shirts and this is really your business, definitely something to consider.
yes, a 300 will take you a while and it'll hurt you. It'll hurt you emotionally and physically if you're trying to press 50 or 100 shirts. There's a certain point when you get certain volume that you need to upgrade the equipment to help you save time and make you money. So Chris, my man, let's take one of the questions over to the Zoom. And if you guys are watching this, Chat69 says best adult dating site. Never mind. That's a spam.
Oh.
So never mind. Don't go to that.
Wait, let's explore.
ChristianMingle.com.
.org.
Whoa, it's a family show.
Okay, Chris. Let's bring Chris on and answer his question next.
Everybody, you got a Zoom link in the description. I'll just remind everyone, if you guys want to jump on to have a live interaction with us and have a questions answered, go ahead and click that Zoom link.
I'm going to post it in the comments right now, too.
Okay, Chris, are you unmuted, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you for, I got the notification on YouTube, so I clicked on, hurried up. So I do have questions. Like me, I'm doing online selling my brand, and I'm actually doing it by drop shipping. And it was good in the beginning, and I decided to switch up, change up my website, and then come out with new product. And all this year I went downhill, and I just I'm stuck in the rut as far as marketing. I know what I'm trying to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Kinfolk's Clothing Company is all about, trying to give people motivation, you know what I'm saying? From generation to generation, and my newest collection is Motivation Nation. But it's I guess for the little month it took me to redesign my website and to come out with this new product, I'm stuck in the rut with marketing as far as even when I'm posting on my social medias and stuff, I'm not getting no lookup or no feedback. I tried the email, the little email marketing, but a lot of people don't even check their emails these days because the orders I used to get, they don't even leave an email. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really basically want to know, from somebody doing drop shipping, what is I know it's going to cost money to market it, but what is a good strategy to market to the people that you're trying to get your niche to?
Incredible. That's an awesome question. Thank you for the backstory, by the way. And Chris, thank you for being a subscriber to our channel and for taking action, because you've taken the first step in actually not just watching the information, but actually doing it. And now that the fact that you're running into, some of these roadblocks, they're temporary. So you're going to find a solution, and it's going to continue to grow. So can you tell me a little bit about the business and kind of what kind of products are you selling? Who is your market right now?
Right now, my market is, I'm big on mental health. And my market is basically anybody from the age of 15 on up, people that wants to feel good in what they're wearing, that's going to give them a little motivation and help them feel good about themselves to step out in the world at a good budget. You know what I'm saying? Clothing at a good budget, but the clothing is actually quality designed for quality individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So then, can you tell me a little bit about your audience right now? Like, have you kind of honed in on a demographic of customers based on your dropshipping history? Like, have you started to zone in on who's kind of like your core audience of people that are buying versus just watching?
Yeah, right now, people that are buying a lot of people that support me that knew how I was doing it from the beginning, like getting the screen print with my little before I even took it serious, and they know that I'm a good artist, and they like the motivation, and it's basically people from around the city that I know, people that seen me. I'm not popular, but I'm like a performer. I be flowing and stuff, so people seen know my music and stuff, and it went from there to like I was starting off wearing it to promote the positive music I was pushing to where I always knew I was going to get a clothing line myself, and now I'm like just going in with that, and the people that's just like family, friends,
Okay.
acquaintances that I met over the years and months or whatever. There's me posting it on social media. It's just
Got
that
it. Got
now
it.
I'm trying to reach back and I'm getting no hollers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So then, can you do you mind sharing either your website or Instagram so we could check it out?
Yeah, yeah. The website is www.kinfolksclothing.com.
How do you spell it?
Kinfolk or K-I-N or
KINFOLKS.
okay, Kinfolk.
Kinfolksclothingcompany.com.
Kinfolks Clothing Company, or
Man,
just
look, yeah, I'm confusing myself because the Instagram I had to switch it up because somebody else used it. It's
.com?
kinfolksclothingco.com. Yeah, there you go right there.
This
Okay,
your
let's
logo and everything?
open
So
it up.
yeah, my logo
Okay,
right there
cool.
on the top left. It's a backwards can of F with you know, backwards can of F. The arrows represent, you have kinfolks is like family, and you have people everywhere, even if they're not family. But you know, and I think I have my what's the name? No, I don't have it on that one. But when I first had the website, the other website, it had my mission on there, but I didn't put it on that one. But I think at the bottom I say a little something of motivation that's promoting the new the
Motivation
new
Nation.
collection right there. Yeah, at the bottom I'll say something about promoting the new collection of what it is.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a drop shipping site. You're doing print on demand. It's your
I
own
mean, yeah,
brand of
print on
clothes.
demand. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little bit different. I was thinking about marketing a drop shipping site
Yeah.
of just like generic
No.
products, but this is your own thing.
No, my bad. Yeah, I design it, but I go through the print on demand. Still looking for, more vendors and companies I can possibly design and have a better turnaround as far as delivery and stuff like that. Like I'm going through like 2 different companies or whatever.
Okay.
Maybe
So a
2.
couple of things, man. Real quick, I just want to jump in and say, congratulations on the work that you've done thus far. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't even get to this point. So when it comes to entrepreneurship in general, because there's no clear path to success, it's hard for anybody to do any action. So kudos to you for even doing that. But the big thing that you
Thanks,
got to
man.
realize is I look at your website and we kind of just got a little bit of a scan over on it. There's no singular message. It's kind of all over the place in terms of what I mean by that is that there's different color schemes. I'm seeing different types of logos, and there's no kind of like unity in clarity when it comes to what you're trying to say. So when you talk to us, it sounds very clear, but when it comes to the clothing, the message just it sounds like something different. So what we need to do is get into one uniform style of clothing, either with your logo, with your shirt, with the type of product that you're putting is available.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Because like
So
even like you saw the
so
motivation.
any one of
Yeah, I
those
have my
things you
logo.
can. So any one
Sorry
of those
about
things
that.
you could do. Sorry to interrupt. So any one of those things that you do, it'll help people, bring people into a rhythm, into a clarity about who you are and what you're about. So that's the first thing. So I would say to try to, and the way you do that, and this is for everybody listening on the call, is sometimes there's something called indigestion of opportunity. What that means is that you think I can also do this, or I can also go this way or this way, and I can also service people through this color scheme or through this design or through this messaging. And it's easy to fall in that trap. Yeah,
Yep,
I think
yep.
yeah, that's right. Tony Hsieh, yeah, the founder of Zappos, the rest in peace. But again, so you got to make decisions. Decisions means literally to cut off. You know, so you got to make a decision on what you want to ride with, as to say this is my product, and enhance it as much as possible to get the design quality and clarity up, so the people who are watching your page can actually go ahead and make a purchase. Because right now, when I look at it, what immediately happens is it's not that you're not getting love, and this is no disrespect to you. It's actually to help. Is that
I agree.
as soon as you walk into your page, I hit a brick wall. What I mean by that is I start looking around and I don't know where I'm going. What you have to do is you have to walk somebody who comes onto your page for the first time as smoothly as possible through the process of who you are, what you're about, what your product is, and then how to get to the shopping cart. So it has to have a smooth process all the way to the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. I was just gonna ask, like, so I should open up with a, don't go straight to clothing, just a welcoming opening of
Yes.
what the company is about.
Exactly, because the point is that what you want to do is you're going to want to get people excited about what the brand stands for. Because remember, this is for everybody on the call. What is a brand? That's a serious question, right? And you have to think about it like this. A brand is an idea. A brand is an idea that is constructed in your mind by somebody who gives you the idea. So, for instance, when I say Under Armour, something pops up in your mind immediately, right? Maybe the Under Armour logo. Maybe like the commercials that say that we will protect this house. People sweating with the stuff on their face from playing football. There's a certain look and feel to it. If I say the word McDonald's, immediately something pops into mind. People make associations. So those are the big brands, and they spend billions of dollars in order to get their branding in place. For you, you have an idea. Essentially, the bottom line is to uplift people. That's what you're attempting to do. Do I have that right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So in order to make that clear to people, what you want to do is get to either the people use it, spend money on taglines. They do, whether it's just a simple, clean logo that just sticks on all the different products, whatever it is that you do, you just make sure that it's clear and it's repeatable. Because one thing you have to understand too is that it takes 5 to 15 times before a message sinks in. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. It's like a radio. It's like a song on the radio.
Yeah, it does. But so if you know that, then you also know that with your product, it's going to take a while for those people to build that trust with you through repetition, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
even though you've been around them and they like you and then there's some kind of interaction there, your website has to build trust with them so they can take their debit card and make the purchase. So
Exactly.
It takes a while. So that's all I'm saying here on this call. I hope what I'm saying is helping you out and giving you some clarity.
Yeah, I've been fighting with that. Like, that's why I redesigned the website, because at first I was just throwing too many products out there, and I was like, man, let me cut it down. And that's why I was like, I'm just going to work on one collection, which was just Motivation Nation. The logo is on the shirt if you see it. You know what I'm saying? It says Motivation
but
Nation.
now we got to do
I
the
have
same thing
there.
with the Motivation Nation, but now we got to do the same thing with the products. Just follow through with that. John, I don't know if you want to tap in on that.
So now I'm thinking should just limit the product again and just cut it down to, so they, I'm trying not to have too many products to where people confuse and don't know what they want.
Most definitely. And I think a big part of it is design. Obviously, you got to design something that people want to buy. The other side of it is being able to visually tell the story of what is your brand about, who is it for, right? That's where imagery is so important, because the images that you use or the videos or the words on the website will help kind of tell that message a lot quicker, right? So for instance, a pretty good example of what we're even doing right now, right, with the FTGU.app, for those of the people that are tuning in live, we're doing a five grand to build your brand business pitch competition. And before we even created this community, right, we had so many different ideas and so many different things that we could go, but we had to narrow it down into the key components of what was going to make this community sound very special. And it was all about helping you learn it, make it, and sell it, right? So from the ground up community could have meant all kinds of things. It could have been paragraphs of it, but we decided to distill it into 3 core messages. And how we deliver on that promise is the education on the learn it. How we deliver on the make it is going to be about connecting you to the suppliers at discounted prices to help you actually make your product. And for the people that buy the 1 year, they're going to get their product, right? And then we're going to help you sell it, meaning we're going to bring people on to help you sell it. Advertising, marketing, influencer marketing. We're going to connect you to influencers. Like, there's going to be ways for you to actually start moving products. And that promise happened after we figured out what is the core message of our community. And historically, it's always been about giving you guys education and empowering the underserved entrepreneurs to build a brand from the ground up. So we wanted to take that to the next step, right? So for you, when it comes to Motivation Nation and the apparel that you're making, you have to kind of, the Motivation Nation and the apparel is like one name, right? It's one name. But how do you drive that name to become something that resonates with your audience? You're going to do that through design. You're going to do that through the storytelling and imagery. And then you're going to do that with messaging of what you're going to be sharing on Instagram and the promotions. Because if you don't know what it means, nobody's going to want to promote it for you. And maybe people supported the first drop because they're like, yo, that's my boy Chris. Like, he's always had my back. And I remember, like, he did me this favor. I'll buy it, bro.
Like that.
I got you, bro. Right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like, where you guys at? And it's like, hey, man, want to come to my birthday party? You know, like,
like I owe him something, right?
Exactly. So you gotta, the brand has to stand alone, and it's really gotta be powerful. And you're gonna do that through what we just described. And these are the kind of things that we're sharing and diving deep into the FTGU app, because we actually connect with people on a more personal basis. And there's polls and comments, and there's closed communities like this. So we want to connect with you on there, Chris. I hope you join it. I hope you get on there so we can bring this pitch to life, because we are doing the pitch competition. We're going to be training all the FTGU app members on the best practices, because they're going to be the ones that are going to come on here and win some money. So,
and if I had to say something real quick,
Yeah,
sorry
go
to
for it.
Chris, I would say put on your shirt that you made, take your favorite one, put it on, start talking to your phone about what generational greatness is, and start posting those to Instagram Reels and TikTok. Just maybe give tips on how to build generational greatness, whatever that means to you, and watch it take off.
For sure, man. Thanks, man. I'll be trying. It's like I pull a blank
Appreciate you,
sometimes.
Chris.
And
If you're trying, you're failing. You just got to do it.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, you guys, we're gonna take the next caller. We're gonna keep this moving. Thank you guys for joining. So if you're in the chat, we left a message for the Zoom link. If you want to join the Zoom call, and so we can see you guys and put a picture to your guys' profiles. It's incredible to finally connect. Chris, thank you for coming on, and everyone that came on before him. You guys could also post your comment in the chat of the YouTube box, so you guys can take a look there. And we linked the FTGU app in the description as well as in the chat, so you guys can check out that offering. So let's see. I think Prophilic Hands had it first, and then we'll go to the next one.
Before we go on to Prolific Hands, I want to just make sure we get clear about the competition next week. So the competition, it will be next Friday, and it'll be better than anything you ever watched. American Idol, X Factor, all of that, right? Except the
Hey, what's good, my nigga? What's good, man? Bro, I got like 12,000 hours. I got like 12,000 hours. I got that fucking shit. Caswin, shout out to Caswin, yo. Shout out to Caswin, Brain Change.
Like we're saying, guys.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, anything happens when it go live, you know? Anything can happen.
You do that again on my live show, I will kick your ass.
We said it before. Be respectful. DeMarco's here to enforce that. But
They're playing no games, man.
yeah. So
He's
anybody
coasting
else
the
that's on
building.
the chat, there's gonna be a lot of trollers. It's fine, but that's what happens when you connect with the people. So
Yeah, wake
anyway,
up, everybody. What's up?
hey, welcome back. Thank you for waking everybody up on the call. So again, so the competition will be live next Friday, October 21st. We will be bringing in 10 different businesses. 10 different businesses have opportunity to pitch their business to us, their brand to us. And what we're looking for in the criteria, you will get follow-up of information about this. Drop your email if you want to get some more like follow-up with Yada. She's on the call. Yada at the Santos Studios. So what the pitch competition consists of is we're looking for 60 seconds. You'll have no more than 60 seconds. We will time you, and you will have to tell us what your brand means, the name, the products that you're actually selling and the price point. You know, these are some of the main things that we'll have. If there's any kind of changes to the qualifications and all that, we'll let you know. But for right now, tighten it up. You got 60 seconds. We've been in plenty of pitch competitions, and that's usually the parameters. So think about what your brand is. Think about what your product actually means, and then the $500 will go to you, and then you'll be able to start your brand. So just think about that. That's what we're doing it. But this is only available to people who are on the FTGU.app community. All right. So
I like big fat dick in my.
We got him back. The troll's back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what it's about. So make sure you guys follow up on it. Check into it. Download the app today, or excuse me, go to the website FTGU.app. Join the community. $19 a month, and then as of next Friday, you will be able to. We will be allowing people who are in the community to pitch to us, and everybody on the YouTube channel will be watching live. Okay, so I wanted to clear that up. We can keep rolling. All right. Okay, so we're making live calls right now. The camera's still on, so I'll just talk to the people and tell you to make sure to check into the FTGU.app. I think we have a limited time with the Zoom. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, we're gonna cut out the Zoom. We gotta figure out a better way to filter some of these trolls.
You guys, yes, we got to make sure we do that.
We're
So
trying to keep it family friendly around here. We got some.
yes, that happens. That's all right. But sometimes, we're gonna make sure that these lives will be going on multiple times a week. So we're just gonna keep improving and getting better.
So as of now, we're gonna shut down. We're gonna cut out the Zoom. No more joining the Zoom, but we're still gonna keep going. We're still gonna go. So for those of you guys that are in the Zoom,
all it takes is one person. to
yep,
ruin it for
one person to
everybody,
make
man.
the rule. We had something good going.
Hey, but we're still going to be taking your guys' questions on
That's
the
right.
chat. So if you're watching this, click on the chat. Leave your question in there. But
I saw my girl Saba on the stream as well. Hey, Saba.
I saw Saba too.
All as well.
Incredible,
What's up,
incredible.
Sabina?
Prophilic hands. Let's get to it, man. It's really good seeing you again. Can you unmute yourself, or can we have to unmute him? Or?
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't realize I was on a
What's
can
up,
you hear
man?
me now?
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay, good. I'm Anthony Jackson. I'm the owner of Prolific Hands. I got right now. I just really started working on my website. Just put up my Shopify. My brands are Gamer Over and Sub versus Dub. I do a lot of gaming and anime. Those are the things that I focus on. I just recently did a show, the Memphis Comic Book Expo, where I was like the first time in front of my target audience, and I was before then I was kind of worried about how they would take me, but everything worked out. Everything was really good. I had a really good show. I was really proud of myself. I did a lot of good business. The brands were really well received. It was like I know you mentioned earlier what having more than one brand to like narrow it down, but it's like it's one of the things that's kind of working for me because gaming and anime kind of go like hand in hand, and like I was kind of worried about it, but like once I was there in front of my target audience and with the gaming and the anime people, and they were really vibing with it, so I knew it I can make it work because they go together. So right now I'm just like trying to really get into like cut and sew sublimation. That's what I'm really like trying to focus on. Because ever since I came back from the Apprentice Expo this beginning of the year, I just been trying to really just get my game together and just kind of hitting the ground running. And I've been gaining some traction. So I'm just like getting into the marketing part. I just started my affiliate marketing program. Just launching some stuff. So I'm just trying to get some ideas on how to go about doing like cut and sew sublimation, because I don't necessarily want to like do the cut and sew myself. I'm looking for like I guess a company that does it for me, like where I do the designs and they just do the cut and sew.
Most definitely. Cody, you want to take this one?
I know the perfect company. We just used them. My brother just used them. JonaSports.com. Jona Sportswear. Is it JonaSportswear.com or JonaSports.com?
I think it's John of Sports. Genre Sports.
And you said you were doing gaming, so cut and sew sublimation would be the best lane for that, definitely. So you're on the right track. Genre Sports. Take it away, Jenny.
Genre Sports is going to be a really good resource for the sublimation side for you. They do a lot of esports. They do sportswear, football, jerseys, volleyball, any sport you could think of, and it's all cut and sew. So the beauty about it, since you understand, so for those of you guys watching and maybe you're wondering what is cut and sew sublimation mean? Can we pull up the website real quick? We'll plug Genre Sports in.
We can indeed.
We'll show you guys what the site is, and then that way you can start to picture the possibilities of you guys expanding your clothing collections beyond just print on demand like DTG or screen printing or heat pressing. So cut and sew sublimation, the way it works is it's an all over print. So this is different than just the like when you're doing sublimation with with any other company, you might just put a transfer on the front or a small hit. But when it comes to the full over sublimation, what's happening is they take this full roll of fabric and they're actually going to lay your template of your design on this full roll of fabric. From that, it gets laser cut and then it actually gets sewn piece by piece. So it is a more labor intensive process. The benefits is you get a full service, meaning that you could fully design colors from the front, back, the sleeves. If you're doing hoodies, you can do the inner details, the outer details. If you're doing pants, you could do all wraparound designs. Full cut and sew sublimation gives you the ability to completely customize a product from start to finish. The only thing that's kind of like the con to it is the fact that you have to use a polyester type of fabric. So it's more of that athletic. So if you're starting a sportswear brand, it's a great resource for you.
It's like dry fit material.
It's like the dry fit materials. If you're doing like blankets or mouse pads or anything that has more of a polyester material, because polyester is more of a plastic, because this ink actually gets embedded into the plastic fibers and it lives within the fabric itself. So it's not layered on top like a DTG or a screen print is. It's actually part of the fabric. And that's why it's white, and that's why you could do full color, because they essentially bleed the art into the fabric, they cut it, they sew it, and it's shipped to your house. So Profilic Hands, consider Genre Sports are a great resource. If you have any issues, questions, or anything, hit us up. I mean, we're on Instagram, and we're actually working with this company to do some pretty cool stuff with them, because we see the demand for what they're doing, and they have an incredible service. So we want to be able to kind of position them a little better, especially in the app. There's going to be some like incredible resources, discounts, and offers for that company. So it's going to be FTGU.app, gets you exclusive discounts to a lot of the suppliers, the majority of the suppliers that we're doing business with and we mentioned in this channel, as well as new ones that are up and coming. So we want to really connect everyone to it.
And this company is trusted by big esports influencers, like guys with millions of followers that have merch lines. They go through Genre Sports.
They do. Medine, you want to add anything to that?
No, I think you're hitting. You're right on track with your target audience. You said that you kind of branched out and it's working for you. Do what's working. I'm not saying to restrain yourself. Just make sure that it's sustainable. You know, as you go out, you don't. You kind of can serve all the people that you need to in the way that they want to be served, and then you can end up developing and finding a ramp for yourself and find a way to actually grow it besides what you're doing now. So this, as long as the people that you're with that are working with you or buying from you are all being serviced and you're kind of getting them the right touches, then more power to you, man. Cheers.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, they loved it. I think that it was a 2-day weekend, and I cleared $2,000 that for both that whole weekend, like $1,000 each day. And I even had like a customer, the guy came up to my booth and he said, "I love your stuff. I love your gaming merch. I got $500 and I need to spend it. I need to spend $500. I'm trying to see what you got. What's your best merchandise?" I thought it was just like, telling me, okay, he's got $500 to spend for the show. He actually spent $500 in one transaction with me. And that was crazy. That was like the highlight of the show.
Awesome, man. But that speaks a lot to you positioning yourself before you got to that moment. You putting yourself in the right position before you got in front of that guy, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I use those shows like that to kind of get a feel for what my audience wants and what they're looking for. And if it works, if they vibe with it, then that's what I try to push more, try to get it more into. If I got an idea and it doesn't really vibe with them, then I just take it back to the drawing board and I keep working on different stuff to try to kick out what they like.
Feedback is a gift. Great job, man. Everybody on the call, learn from that. All right.
And we're breaking halfway point. I feel like the people on the call might want a little juice of energy.
Yeah.
What can we do for juicing the energy in audience, guys?
I think I know.
Take it away, Medine.
So there's something we do. We have a little bit of a rallying cry every time that we need to get some energy in the building and to get things done. And we say, wake up and win. That means find what you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. Go out and do it. All right? So it's invitation. It's a rallying cry. It's our Braveheart moment. So we want everyone on this call, if you could take a second, find a hard surface around you. Okay? It's like in elementary school, and they tell you, stand up, get your blood flowing. All right? Start pounding on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say wake up, and then I want everyone to say win as loud as you possibly can, and we're going to do it 3 times. Okay? So start pounding on the table. Find a hard surface. Give it a little bit of a good pound, too. All right? Thanks. All right, now, we're doing not once, not twice, but 3 times for good measure. We say, wake up!
Win!
Wake up!
Wake your ass up and win!
Man, John DeMarco, please calm down, DeMarco. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's juiced on the chat right now.
Incredible. All right, so let's take it to some of the comments. And John DeMarco, is there a way to do like expanding on the channel too, where it can like expand to Medine talking and to me talking instead of like the Zoom call? Like it go to individual cameras versus the Zoom call?
So we'll end the Zoom call. We're just going live on YouTube?
No, I was just, we'll talk about it later, but I feel it'd be kind of cool. Logistically, we'll make it better on the next one. But let's see. So there's a couple of questions from the chat. Let's take some from the chat, and then we'll get into the I think Pure Soul Apparel's next, if I remember. They were the ones that were running up. Let's do the. Okay, so one of the questions is, does Genre Sports offer POD? At the moment, they do not. You do have to place a bulk order. It starts at about 15 units. But they do not do POD at the moment.
Applique does.
Applique does. So Applique.com has POD, and they're going to be expanding into the sublimation side. But POD through Applique is a good option for the time being. And then let's see. Cool. So I think for those of you guys that are joining right now, we're a little bit over we're coming into the
1 hour mark.
The 1 hour, what, half an hour and a half? 1 hour mark.
Yeah, 1 hour, 3 minutes.
We've been live for an hour, guys. So thank you for watching and thank you for being a part of this. Drop your questions in the chat of the YouTube chat if you got a question. We got a couple people on the Zoom call. We had to close it off because we got to figure out how to better screen.
Yeah, we'll have to do some screening.
Screen people before, because then they come in here and troll. It's the evening. They don't got nothing else to do, but you guys do, because you guys are out here building your business. You're out here building your brand. And that's who we came to support. So on the FTGU.app, we just launched it. And if you missed the news, we're giving $5,000 to build your brand. And that means
$5,000 to build your brand.
$5,000
to build your brand. Cody,
$5,000 to build your brand. $5,000 to build your damn brand.
And the $5,000 to build your brand is going to be spread amongst 10 winners. So $500 each. We're going to be doing a pitch competition next Friday. So next Friday on YouTube, we're going to be going live with the pitch competition finalists to award them some money, support them in their brand. Very first time this has ever been done on our channel and potentially on YouTube. So FTGU.app gets you access to the business pitch competition, in addition to all of the resources that are available, the discounts to suppliers, and a community of entrepreneurs to support you in your journey.
$19 a month. You can't beat that.
$19 a month, you get access to it all. And our core message and our core promise is we're going to help you learn it, make it, and sell it, and we do it together. So check out the offer. Once you go to the next page on Join Now, it'll ask you to either choose $19 a month or $197 a year. Anybody who purchases the $197 will be grandfathered into the special offer that we're going to be promoting, that we're actually going to be updating next week. So that offer is going to be something extremely unique. It's going to be super valuable. Anybody who gets the yearly plan gets access to that. And once we release it to the public, you guys will know what that offer is. But $19.99 a month gets you access to everything. So go ahead, check that out. Once you join and onboard, fill out your profile, because we want to get to know each and every one of you guys in there. And we want to get to work with you and to connect you to the best resources to build your brand.
And if you have the Academy right now, if you have the Academy, if you purchase the $597 Academy with all the videos and education tools in it earlier or before, you are automatically have access to the app.
It's included.
It is included. So if you buy that, you automatically have access to the app. If you're already in the Academy, you will get access to the app as well. We will work out the back end to make sure you guys get access for free included. So
yes. So anybody that's in the Academy, you'll have a link. If you haven't already gotten that link, reach out to us through customer support. We'll get you that link so you get access to that for free. So that's also a benefit of joining the top tier Academy. So we got let's bring on the Pure Soul Apparel. Pure Soul Apparel. You ready?
Is Sal still in the chat, by the way?
No, I don't see.
On the Zoom. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you, man?
All right, doing good. How about you?
Great, brother. Great seeing you. Where are you calling from?
I'm out in Houston right now. Houston, Texas.
Nice. You grew up there, or you recently moved?
I recently moved, so I'm 21. I recently graduated in December of last year, so I came down to Houston from Central Texas for school.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
So you're in school right now. What are you studying, and what is your goal? What do you want to accomplish over the next year?
So I actually graduated from school. I got my bachelor's last December in medical humanities. And to be completely honest, I appreciate it. To be completely honest, because I was playing football while I was in school too, I really just wanted to get my my bachelor's just to kind of just give that medal per se to my parents, just to say, you know, their oldest child went through, got his degree and everything like that. But I'm really just an entrepreneur at heart. Like, I'm really trying to, so I day trade right now part-time. Me and one of my best friends, we actually launched our brand today called Pure Soul Apparel. So it was crazy when I just hopped on YouTube. Yeah, it was crazy. I literally just hopped on YouTube just after hopping off the phone with him, and I seen the call. And then I was like, dang, like, this is such a coincidence that we actually we executed today. And then literally, it's like, I feel like this God had just put this sign in front of my face just to hop on and just get this chance to come on here with you guys. You feel me? So I'm really just trying to right now, since it's been like my first full year just out of college, away from home, everything like that. Like, I'm really just building my entrepreneurial foundation right now, and really just trying to just go just 10 toes deep, just using the time that I'm trading right now to get the income that I have, and just trying to invest it into any which way that I can to try to just start doing what I can to build wealth for myself and the people that I love.
Can you give a quick 30-second pitch on what your brand name is and what it stands for?
So Pure Soul Apparel, pretty much we look to uniquely and affordably just represent people within our community who are trying to just every day wake up and pursue their purpose. And we just have felt that, especially just in my age group, just like the 20 to 25-year-old, that our society has started to transition to more just materialistic needs and wants. And we just want our brand to be a representation that it's not on you, but it's in you.
Okay. All right. Solid. Well done.
Sir, appreciate it.
It's not on you, it's in you.
Yes, sir. That's our brand slogan right there. It's not on you, it's in you. And we want our brand to just be the constant just reminder of that.
I like that, man. It's not on you, it's in you. So how does a Pure Soul tie into it all? How do you guys come up with the name?
Our definition of a pure soul, we like to get it just right out the gate that a pure soul, pure doesn't stand for somebody who hasn't made a mistake before. Pure soul, it stands to us just as somebody who wakes up every day and you take every breathing moment to pursue that purpose, like I said before, that you know is gonna eventually lead to you leaving your mark on the world, the mark that you feel like you're supposed to leave. So anybody who's waking up and who's not just lollygagging or doing whatever else they could be doing with their time, and they're actually just consciously trying to make their path on their journey, that's what a pure soul is to us.
I love it. There was a brand I knew back in college. It was called. It sounds a lot similar to this. It was One Track Mind, and purity didn't. For them, it was like purity isn't necessarily, like you said, not making any mistakes, but like just kind of one focus, and you do that every day.
Yes, sir.
What's your Instagram, by the way?
Pure Soul Apparel.
Just all one word?
Yes.
Awesome, man.
Making it easy.
So, do you have any people that are like have been following you that that are interested in your message, that are kind of hungry for what you have to say?
So we've actually been just kind of, with me being busy with football during school. My best friend was moving from our hometown with his girlfriend. So we've been just kind of getting the message out. We had got a couple samples in, took a couple of like model photo shoots and stuff, just kind of just hinting at the idea. And we were able to grow to 180 followers on Instagram without selling anything, without having a website, anything like that. So we saw that we had a pretty good base. And with us launching today, we launched at 5 p.m. Central Time, and we've made about like $250 so far, with about 300 website views.
Okay.
So yeah, we're starting to build just the foundation, just really just starting early, and we're just blessed to just have the traction that we have right now.
One of my favorite things on your site is that mask.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we kept it consistent. If you scroll all the way down, my best friend, I had actually had one. I just randomly found it in my closet, and it fit just so perfectly with the just aesthetic that we were trying to bring. And I was like, we have all these different settings with the mask in there. Let's have that be kind of just the aesthetic, like I was saying, when people first get on that front page.
I love it. So now what are you? You're hitting the. Are you doing like a guerrilla marketing? Are you kind of getting out there and just hitting on the?
Ours is puresoulapparel.store.
Puresoulapparel.store.
How you doing? I got a big bag of ice right there, brother.
Congrats, man. Congrats on launching. First of all, congrats on launching the brand. Congrats on taking the action. Just happened 5 p.m. and we just happened to connect, man. So it's really cool to see it in real time, guys. This is what community is all about. So right out the gate, when I saw the store, I like the visuals that you put together for it.
Thank you.
I think like the banner image starts to kind of bring together what the brand may be about.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, man, look at it.
Thank you. And it's crazy that you say community, because I've been watching your channel for such a long time. Like, even building this website that you're on right now, like I was watching like your 2-hour video of building a Shopify website, like part by part, literally just going along with you. You feel me? And like your channel has helped in so many ways that you just don't even know. Like, for real.
Thank you, brother. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. And it's always like really cool, like and it affirms what we're doing and what our goal is. You know, like we started with education, and now we want to do a step more. The vision was always to how do we break down the barriers, and how do we equip underserved communities to do business, right? And we did it through education first, and now we have big goals with this app. It's our entry into a new market that's going to benefit everyone that's involved. So we'd love to have you in there, my man. So feedback right out the gate is I'm getting an echo on the call. I think we got somebody on the thing. Danny, we gotta mute Danny. Yep. Cool. So right out the gate, I see this the human soul, the eye. It's legit, man. It's really good design. I think that's I think you're onto something pretty special here. So tell me a little bit, what kind of questions, what kind of things can we help you with on this call? Like what's something that you'd love to ask that we can assist you with?
Just to kind of speak to just the organic traction we've kind of just been exposed to so far. One thing I'll personally say that I'm a victim of, I was a really big victim of just analysis paralysis. So it took me a while to just finally hit that just action threshold of executing. So I have just a lot of knowledge just in terms of like paid advertisement, just like everything like that. Like I already have the pixels for like TikTok, Facebook, everything set on the website. So just as because our main focus right now is just organic marketing, mainly focused on Instagram and TikTok, and just trying to take advantages of the algorithm and things like that in terms of reels and everything. So as we're continuing to build that, I wanted to ask just when or like what threshold do you think we should look for before we look to transition into like coupling organic and paid marketing as well?
I think the biggest thing you need to have is a good catalog and an understanding of how many products are being purchased at checkout. So right now, right out the gate, if you were trying to run an advertising campaign with just those 2 shirts that I'm seeing, it's not going to be a profitable and return on your investment.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to have some upsell potential categories like headwear, maybe some like little accessories that could be like a $5 lead, a bag, maybe some bottoms. Like start to expand it to have a little bit more where people can fill up their cart. Because when it comes to advertising, on average, you're going to be spending about $20 to $40 to acquire a customer when you first start advertising. So if your average order checkout is $50, like that's $50 checkout. If it costs you $40 to acquire that customer, they may not come back and buy something if you don't have something for them. So to start, I think you're off to a really good start by having 2 solid designs. That's going to help you kind of like fund the next development of ideas that you guys have. But what's going to be key is for you to start designing and maybe integrating some print-on-demand aspects to it, like to start filling up your guys' store account, and whatever's actually being purchased on the print-on-demand, you can think about fulfilling like you can in a bulk run. So instead of you trying to stock up on just one style and hope it sells, like you can use print-on-demand to test design collections and ideas, because that'll allow you to design hats, bags, like really quickly expand your collections. And then if people are buying it, then you're like, yo, we should actually hone in on this design. Like people like the colorway, maybe they like the message of the eye. Let's expand it a little bit. And now like the next iteration, you can purchase something a little bit more in bulk. So there's like strategies for starting with print on demand and scaling up. But it's all about understanding how much your customer is going to be buying. So you're not like spending money and hoping that they buy more than what you spent. Because that could quickly lead you to be unprofitable. So you need to understand what your total, potential for each customer is.
Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense. Definitely, yeah. Because we were looking to, especially with us starting this late too, we were looking to transition into just to take advantage of Black Friday and everything like that, and try to look into getting like some cropped hoodies or things like that up onto the site. And that we were having some issues deciding on like where we would go in terms of colorways and stuff like that. And that print on demand aspect, that definitely gives us a route that we could take in order to get that feel of what our customers would like, just like you were saying. For sure, I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
I would highly encourage. We have a video on YouTube. It's the one with Mike, and it's called Designing Your
Streetwear Collection?
Yeah, Designing a Streetwear Collection. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet. I think he's on the tablet for the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's you and Mike Leisure. He's holding that tablet.
He's holding a tablet. It's me and Mike Leisure. He's holding a tablet on my YouTube channel. And in that video, we really dive into like what a collection looks like. I would challenge you guys to put together a collection, even if it's not like 5 products. It could just be 3. But like, how do they all tie in together and be a little bit different, where people aren't just buying the shirt because it's a black shirt and a white shirt. They're buying it because the black shirt has this design, the white shirt has this design, the hat has this, and it all ties, and like the messaging all ties together. And now they're adding all 3 products to the cart because it's not just a repeat print. It's like something special, right?
Exactly. So, it all encompasses something for sure.
Yep. So it's always like the retail store. You always got to think about it like when you walk into a retail store, they don't just give you the same shirt and they tell you, hey, this is all the colors it comes in. Like some shirts come in maybe 2 colors, but there's designs across different colorways. Sure. And that collection is meant to help you buy all of them. Like as a customer, they want you to buy all the pieces from that brand, not just one.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
So, question for you, man. So are you gonna compete next Friday?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say too before I got off, you guys go see me again for sure. I'm definitely gonna go be in that 10 for sure. Tighten things up. I'm gonna get that 60 seconds going in. Definitely.
He's gonna come with a full outfit line, a whole collection ready.
See you next Friday, man.
I'm guaranteeing this. Yep. So for those of you guys watching that are wondering what's the competition we're talking about, is on the FTGU.app. We're giving $5,000 to build your brand. So 10 lucky people in the community are going to be pitching. They're going to be pitching leading up to the competition. So you guys can click right there wherever Cody's pointing. And in that, you guys sign up, and there's going to be access to educational courses that are only exclusive behind the FTGU app. There's going to be groups. There's going to be exclusive discounts to suppliers and resources that you need. 2 options. We make it really easy for you to join. $19.99 a month, and it's a month-to-month type of agreement. You guys can cancel at any time. Or $197 for the year. And if you choose that year, in about a week, we're gonna release the details, and anybody that purchased the year will get access to that special benefit. But we just launched this community, so we're still tying up all the loose ends for that promotion. But that's going to be incredible. You guys are going to see the value right out the gate. So it's almost going to be as if you got a free membership, because that's what we want to do in this community. We want to help you guys build a brand. We want to reinvest into you guys. I reinvested into my team to grow this education out, because by myself doing videos, I would have taken it so far. But with a team and a strong community, we can go even further. So that's our mission. That's our cause. Thank you guys all for being a part of it.
Yes, FTGU.app. Remember the rules. I'll say them again really quickly. Number 1, no vulgarity or hyper-political pitches. We want to keep it all just pretty much straight up and down. If you are going to be on, just make sure to remember, is 60 seconds. You have no more than 60 seconds. We will cut you off. This is the reality of the pitch. Because that way, if you could say everything you need to say within that 60 seconds, that means you put time into it. It has clarity, and you can be brief, be brilliant, be gone. So 60 seconds is the time limit you have. And you have to say your name, what your brand message and meaning is, and then your product line, and then the design of it and the price. So be able to have all that, or as much of it as you can, in your pitch, and we will judge in real time next Friday. If you are a part of the community, download the app in order to be a part of the community, and then we will choose from the community members to pitch, and then we will give out money. 10 winners will win $500. $5,000 to build your brand.
To download it, it's not on the App Store yet.
No.
It will be. FTGU.app in your address bar. It will take care of you.
Yes, FTGU.app. And then once you guys join, it'll ask you to download a Mighty Networks app. It is being hosted on Mighty Networks, so download the Mighty Networks app to access the community on your phone. We do calls like this 3 times a week where we connect personally, and it's not on YouTube or anything. It's behind our private community, so you guys have a chance to interact with everyone that's there, and you guys can really connect and build your brands together, connect with graphic artists and everyone else that you need.
So get rid of that Netflix subscription. Come on over to the dark side.
Or keep Netflix and just don't order pizza tonight, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. Cool. So let's keep this moving. We got a couple people on the call. We got Danny Essex. Danny Essex, when you're ready to come on, let us know. I'll ask this question. There's a question in the chat. He says, I'm a high schooler. Should I ask my parents to invest in me for a business, or grind on my own and use that money for a startup? Muhammad, man, you're in a perfect position. The fact that you're, but I hope you're still on here to hear this message. I think you're in the best prime position to do this on your own. 1, because if you ask your parents for money, they might kick you out of the house if you don't do what you said you were gonna do. Right? You took their money, and now you're freeloading at home and eating all their food. So I think the safest bet and the best bet for you in being in high school is to go get a job, get some money pulled up, start it on your own, show your parents what you're doing, and then they'll let you live there for free. All right? That's a bigger investment, because once you go rent a house, or you're gonna go rent an apartment, it's gonna cost you a lot more money than the money that they would have given you to help start your business and your brand. So go out there, get a pool of money. We show you guys how to do this on our channel. All the education is free. So when we talk about there being an app and you have to pay $19 a month, it's not is not because we're hiding everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel. You guys can go through it all. It's all about the community that you're going to build and the resources and discounts and the opportunities for more funding for your brand that's going to come up. So that's what we do. But to answer your question, go in there, raise some money on your own, and get started for low cost.
I might have a hack for him for a job if he's looking for a job.
Oh, yeah?
As a high school student, one of the best jobs you can get, and I don't know where you live, is actually being a lifeguard, because you'll work for like 3 months out of the year, 4 months out of the year, and you'll make a crap ton of money, and you like won't have to work for the rest of the year being in high school. I did that for like 5 years of my life. I did that in college, and towards college, I had to get like a part-time job during the whole rest of the year. But high school, I lived off my summer money for like the rest of the whole year.
Oh, that's incredible. That's a hack. So learn how to swim if you don't know how to swim.
Be good at it, too.
Nice.
Be good at it. Save some lives and make some real money.
Work on that tan.
Yeah, while you're at it, you're gonna be off to a good start, man. Right after high school, you're gonna be the most wanted person.
And I just wanted to kind of just shoehorn this message in here as well, because we're talking about family. We are really big. We preach this all the time. Do not cut everybody off in your life. You know, like I know you hear that a lot on social media. Like if people don't believe in you, cut them off. I know that sounds attractive and it sounds tempting to fall into that. But the reality is you want to have as many people in your life who have opposite ways of thinking than you do. I know it's counterintuitive and a lot of people don't see it that way. But, you know, iron sharpens iron. You know, a lot of times if people are coming from a good place and they give you some advice that you really don't want to hear, maybe it's just thinking about something that'll balance you out. You know, especially us starting out with a bad company at 20 years old, and then living at home. I know I speak for myself. I got earfuls all the time about, you know, how I'm spending, what I'm doing, and so on and so forth. You want as much balance as possible, because if there's any chaos, it will spill over into the business. It happens all the time. So don't have to cut everyone off. Try to find an integrated business model where you at least talk to the people that are around you and you communicate with what you're doing, what you're working on, your aspirations. And don't just tell them to screw off, you know.
Yeah, because I think the if you could transform of somebody that isn't supporting you into a believer, that's the biggest accomplishment you can make, because you can carry that energy into everyone else that you make. Because right out the gate, nobody's going to believe in what you're doing. You know, some people say it's nice, but it doesn't mean that they're going to buy. But the people that end up buying are your support system, right? So you always want to treat your support system right. You're always going to have somebody telling you, hey, you should probably consider getting a job, or you should probably consider going to school. And you should hear them out, because maybe there's something for you to learn. But if you show them like, hey, I'm a part of this community, I'm a part of this, and this is what we're working on. Look, I won this. Like, I'm leading my life towards the right places in life. Then the people that may not be believing in you will start seeing what you're doing, and they'll be like, oh, you know what? This guy's on to something, and maybe I should start paying attention to what he's saying, right? So if you could transform somebody that doesn't believe in you into a believer, you just accomplished something great. And that's how it was for me in my life. Like when I first started at 19 years old, I told my parents, I told my girlfriend's parents, who we weren't in-laws yet. They're my in-laws now. But yeah, my amazing wife. And she's in the chat. She's got her own channel. She's the mother of my 2 kids, incredible kids, and I have such an amazing life with them.
Go follow Amanda Love Santos on YouTube.
Yeah, go follow
ahead
her.
And do it.
Get your girlfriends and your spouses on her channel, because she does some amazing creative stuff for all the female and male makers. You know, there's a market for everyone. And
street crafters.
The street crafters is our market.
Yeah.
But adding to that story is like when I presented the idea, it was really heartfelt idea to me. It was like I really loved it. It was something that I really believed in. And when I told her dad, he was like, you should keep your job and forget about doing this business, right? And it hurt. I was like, man, I really thought this guy would believe in me. And everyone in her family was like, you know what? Except for her mom. Her mom was very supportive. She was like, no, I believe in you. You could do this. But everyone else in the family was like, go to school, keep your job. You don't want to be an entrepreneur, right? And that didn't mean that I hated them and I never talked to them. I turned them into believers. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that they were so against me doing it, because obviously it was in their best interest to make sure I had a job that I could provide for their daughter, that I had to prove myself that I could do it, right? And then I had to show them what we're working on, and then they became believers, right? And they're the biggest supporters that we have today. So because it started from a good place, they really had my best interests in mind. They wanted me not to go down a path where I could potentially fail and ruin a future. They wanted me to do the best that I could, but I took that same energy and I went out there and did the best that I could, and I gave it my all every day. And it's led me to where we are today. So your journey is going to be very unique to who you are, whatever your living situation is right now at home, whatever spouse you have. As long as you see the vision of where you're going, and you can't get rid of parents, you can't get rid of people that are your family, like as much as you want. You could reduce the time that maybe you spend with them if they're very toxic, but you can't get rid of them. You got to see them, right? Turn them into believers, and they'll become the biggest supporters that you ever have. So that's my tip to you guys. And right now I want to bring on Danny. I think he's been waiting for a little bit. Danny, we're ready for you. Come on to the live.
Welcome, Danny.
Excuse me. What up, guys?
What up, man? Where are you from, and what's your brand?
I'm from San Diego, and my brand is Jump Ball Apparel, the new breed.
Ooh,
I like that. John Paul?
Jump Ball.
Jump ball.
Jump Ball.
Yes, sir.
Jump Ball.
Yeah, I'm a basketball athletic brand.
Incredible. Jump Paul Apparel. Is that on Instagram, or is the website Jump Paul Apparel?
Jump Ball.
Jump Ball.
Jump ball, like when you start.
Yeah, I see it. Jump Ball Apparel. What's the website, by the way?
JumpBallApparel.com.
Okay, let's pull it up. We're gonna pull it up, check it out in real time. Oh, that's nice, bro.
Kind of reminds me of those. Remember those cups back in the day? This is that one all the way to the right, the Charlotte colored one.
Oh yeah.
Those styrofoam cups from you get like from like a chicken wing takeout place.
Yeah, I like how you included some of like the trending, the camo print.
Ooh,
nice, bro.
Yeah. Oh, so it's got like every team. It goes with every colorway of every team.
Tell us a little bit about how long has it been out?
Yeah, and the thing is, I still have a little more work to do. You know, as an entrepreneur, you know, we always a one-man band, pretty much, wearing all the hats. So I still got to add a lot of different things to it. We just had a major fashion show. I was part of Fashion Week San Diego here for the fall collection. That just ended yesterday. We had a big trunk show. The turnout was good. I made at least around about $600 in sales. I was looking for a better,
horn every time we hear people's sales.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, but I had a certain goal. Yeah, I thought the turnout was going to be a little better than it was, but I was still happy with the results. So I'm not complaining, but I just always had a major goal that I was looking for. I was trying to at least get around about $10,000 to $20,000 in sales from everybody that attended the show. But you know, I made some great connections, met some great people, and my models and everybody else that helped me push the brand was phenomenal. The show was great, and it's my first fashion show. And so now my question is, since I already had this type of benchmark, was part of this huge fashion show, I was invited to New York Fashion Week, but I had to turn that down because that is couture type brand, and I'm an athletic type brand. So what would be the next thing that y'all guys would suggest, since I had this viewing of my collection in Fashion Week San Diego? What would be some advice moving forward?
Okay, so then let me ask you: was there a certain type of person or a certain product that sold the most?
Well, let me see.
Like a colorway, or maybe like a certain type of person that purchased the most, that made up the majority of your sales? Whether guys, girls,
age, demographic.
It was a little bit of both. You know, like 3 guys and 3 girls. You know,
Okay.
They wanted a certain hoodie that they liked. They liked it. All over print hoodie that I had as well. So it was a little mix of everything. Everybody loved their apparel. So you know, the results was good. I was just looking for a better turnout than what happened.
Got it. Because from what I'm seeing is you have one product and in multiple colors. So I'm assuming you already made stock of everything. You have stock of everything on hand, and that's what you took to the event?
Well, no, the thing was I designed 10-piece collection, right? So
Uh-huh.
there was no stock because I don't carry no inventory, right? Because all my stuff is cut and sold. Soon as you lock in and you want to order it, it's cut and sold immediately. So you get it within 2 weeks. So that's one thing I've learned over time because when I first started out, me being a basketball player and, I was going to all the basketball tournaments, checking out the next phenoms, as far as me being a basketball player, I know you go through AAU circuit and you watch the next kids and you want to bring your kids or nephews to build their game up. And I started taking apparel to these games. But most of these kids grow so quickly, I was having a lot of inventory left over. And it was like, oh shit, I'm spending all this money and I didn't sell it. So I have to discount it. So when you discount it, you're losing money. So I just started becoming a little wiser and said, listen, I'm just going to go ahead and take some headbands. Kids love headbands. I made some orange sleeves and a certain amount of hats. Once those sold out, I was done. If they wanted anything else, they would make their orders from there. But I just don't carry any inventory anymore unless it's a real special event. And for this fashion show, I just made a 10-piece collection. And during the trunk show, we had all the items out, and people came by, checked everything out, and they made their orders as they felt that they liked a certain item, and I'll be shipping those out within the next couple of days.
Right, right. Because what I'm seeing from here is that this really reminds me more of, obviously it's more of like a basketball style of product. Like if you're in basketball, maybe you're a Denver fan or you're a Charlotte, like you're gonna gravitate towards those colors a little bit more. But because it's not a licensed apparel, it's not something that obviously has the brand of that team. What I'm seeing right now is that it's kind of like it's almost dependent on the style of the person that they of the team that they like, right? So I would be very interested, since you're asking the question, right? Correct me if I'm
Right.
wrong, but the question is, I went to a fashion show in Miami,
San
thinking
Diego?
of what's the next step, right? Like what other event should I go to? Is that kind of what you're wondering, or
Well,
what
no,
was
my
like?
thing is the fashion show was here in San Diego, right? Because I
Okay, San
stay here
Diego.
in San Diego. So Fashion Week San Diego. So my next thing is like, what would you suggest me moving forward? Because my brand is a unisex. I haven't uploaded the joggers that I have already, right? So it's just not the hoodies that you see. I have joggers just as well. I have dry fit t-shirts that I haven't uploaded just yet. I have leggings and sports bras that I showcase just as well that I haven't uploaded. I couldn't upload all these items on the site because of
Right.
contractual agreement. But now, since the fashion show is over, now I'm going to upload all of this stuff. So my brand is a unisex brand, and I see that I just don't want to be like a male dominant thing. So now I added the sports bras and leggings to the site, and
It
I'll be
seems like
uploading those pretty much within a week. So it
it,
gives a little um overall play of a style that everybody can relate to, and the ladies just went crazy over the leggings, the sports bras. So I got a lot of great feedback, and now
so it
there'll be
seems
a
like you
lot
need to
more
be
items
more
added to
at.
the
I'm
site.
just gonna interrupt real quick. So
Yes, sir.
just because I really see you. I'm glad that you branched out into the fashion shows, and that's smart. Because you can kind of establish yourself and get a lot of very critical, hypercritical feedback. Like sort of like on the design, the styling, and all of that. However, I mean, I think the circuit, when it comes to the tournament circuit, and and like when players are getting shipped into town to all these big tournaments, the overflow that's coming from those tournaments, and then like their derivative events. Like what I mean by derivative, like the events that are around. If all the players are coming in town from college circuit, from the Division II, leagues or AAU, they come out and they have these big, like in Vegas, they have it for sure. I know in San Diego too, where they come out, they have this big tournament, and then the rest of the week they're all spread out. There are hotels at the Strip. They're having like the local meetups, the gatherings you find on social media, and all of that. So I would definitely see about attacking any influencers that are going to those tournaments that are local in San Diego. Like the meaning by influencers, like the guys who have the IG page, or girls too, that have the IG pages that have a significant following, and they're all headed to one place, San Diego, for this event. And I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure you're tuned in, and the big events that are coming into town. So you can kind of gauge your demand based off of if you seed it out to a couple of influencers, like, hey, let me show you some love and give you a product. They post it on their page, and then from there, the people who follow them would see them out at the events, not only the players, but the people watching. So now you have your whole ecosystem that you could really nourish instead of, being at just the fashion events, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Yeah, and then another thing here, like I'm still racking my brain around. I'm like looking at your collections and I'm looking at what you're designing and creating, and I'm assuming that this was a splatter paint design you made, or like,
yes,
tell me how
I
the
did.
design.
Mhm.
Okay, so you made the splatter. You're doing multiple variations of it, so it's almost like your unique art.
Yes. Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely went to school for that. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. No, I mean it comes through on the product. I think it has a lot of potential for maybe like some of the stores within certain areas of like more of the sports stores. I
Hmm.
think there could be a potential to be able to to be able to sell the catalog or at least some styles into like some major like boutique type of retail brands,
Right.
or retail stores. So instead of taking it to a circuit on a fashion week side, consider maybe going to events where people are actually buying brands for boutiques, or like whether it's a local. I know that in Vegas we got a couple of different, like Magic is one of the biggest one. I wouldn't recommend you going to there necessarily, but going to something that's like more sports driven. I know that there's a lot of different sports vending events, and you could buy a pop up for like two or three grand. But if you merchandise the products well enough, and you're like, yo, this is my unique splatter, combined with what Medina's saying, where now you're working with influencers on the internet. Now you're taking photos of them, like, yo, this is the youth. These are some of the kids that are wearing it. Like this design is in style, right? You're showing some of these buyers. They're always looking for the next product that's going to make them money. Right. So if you go to some of these shows, like some of these sports outlet for apparel shows, there's a lot in California, you could potentially sell to a couple different stores, and now they're buying maybe 5, 10 racks of products at a time. And then you can continue doing business online and building up your online following so you could sell direct to consumer. At least to like be able to move some units into the direction, and you can do some store activations there where you can now bring some of the influencers to the retail store and do a photo shoot, let them know, yo, I'm doing a signing here. Like the designs that you have are very unique, but you have to put some of like that demand behind it. Because as a
Right.
standalone product, I don't necessarily see somebody jumping online and maybe wanting to purchase it right out the gate. But if they see it in a store or if they see it on an influencer, they're more willing to buy it.
Yeah, definitely influencers. Like if you can get, all you need is a handful, and a lot of times they don't ask for much. They just want to be able to, posting it for them is not that big of a deal. Sometimes you get to, and no disrespect to any influencers have to get divas, then they want the world on a string. But there are some guys who are like, yo, just send me some product out because I love what you do. And a lot of times, I don't know if you've been seeing. I mean, you're in that world, but there's plenty of people, teams that are basketball teams, and they got like multicolor. Like I thought I'd never see anything like this. These jerseys are like cheetah print. I saw one that was cheetah print, and it had like a full multi-spectrum colors. I just never seen the designs of the shirts that are coming out now, like a fatigue with like bright blue and pink, and but like 3 numbers. So they're getting very creative and loud with how they're doing their jerseys and apparel. So you fit right in line with all these leagues that are coming up that are starting to stand out. So I see a lot of these players just eating it up, and that's the feedback you've been given. But I don't think that you're tapped into the exact people that you want to on a consistent basis. When you get out to the fashion shows and whatnot, it's a certain market. But if you get right to these people and go direct to consumer and put it on a few influencers that will get you what you need, you could save a lot of money and get a ton of awareness. And then by the time you show up to these events, you got traction. People know where you're at, where you're going to be, and then, cut these guys in or whatever you need to do. But I think that's your route.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate that. I see some of these guys, and I'm like, ah, yeah, they can't mess with me because that's the way I think. I like, yeah, they cool, but me, I could design something that gonna knock them out the box because I'm
There you
coming to
go.
disrupt the
Yeah.
industry. That's how
You
I
got to be
think, you
competitive.
know.
We love it.
Right,
So
very true.
so if that's the case, if you got something that's different that nobody else has, are you gonna join the FTGU.app and then pitch for us next Friday for
Oh yeah, of
$500?
course. Yeah, I'm all about
All
that, man.
right,
You
let's
know,
see. I
and,
love to
and
hear it. All right,
yeah, and also, you
FTGU.app.
know, yeah, I got it. I already locked in. So my thing is right
Appreciate it.
now, I appreciate everything that y'all guys have been doing. I've been following y'all guys for a long time, man. Some valuable information, very informative. I'm here to be the next biggest thing on the planet, right? Because I know Nike, Adidas, and everybody else, they've been sitting at the table for a long time. And that's great. I'm not here to compete with them, but I'm here to sit at the table. And I feel my brand has a capability of doing that. I know about Las Vegas 48, the Tarkanian Classic, the JUCO tournament. I'm connected in the basketball community. So now my next thing is I have a meeting set up with the mayor of San Diego because I'm getting ready to host my own 3-on-3 basketball tournaments here as well. So that's another avenue that I'm leaning towards. But then the basketball season is coming right around the corner. So now I'm getting ready to push that and do a lot of marketing because the
Can you do me
season's
a
going to be
favor?
hot. Yes,
Sorry to
sir.
interrupt. Can you do me a favor? Can you put your information, email to contact you at,
Yes, sir.
either in the chat so we can, and then either DeMarco, Cody, or Yada be able to just jot that down so we can follow up with you. There's some people that we're working with who are consulting that I think there's a lot of synergy. So we'll make sure to hook you up. But
Okay. Yeah, no doubt, man.
I appreciate you calling. We got to keep everything rolling. But
Yes, sir.
it's good to talk to you. What was your name one more time for
Yeah, my
everybody?
name is Danny Essex, man. And peace and
Danny
blessings
Essex,
to
and your brand
everybody.
is called what?
Jump Ball Apparel, the new
Jump
breed.
Ball Apparel. We will be seeing Jump Ball Apparel. He will be featured on next week on Friday, October 21st, on the FTGU.app community business pitch or brand pitch competition. Can't wait to see you, Dan.
I appreciate y'all guys. Thank you so much.
All right, now
Thanks
have a good
again,
night.
man. I want a hoodie.
Yes. Oh yeah, no doubt. I got you, man.
That's
Just let me
fire,
know. I
man.
got you. Yes, sir.
Give me the
following
I
up.
want the Cleveland colorway.
Oh, I got you, man. Hey, if you want the whole set, I'll put you in the drip as well too, man. Got the joggers as well.
All right, cool. Do we have any more?
We got a couple. I know we got some live callers. We got Tiffany who raised her hand, so I think we should take Tiffany next. We got a couple of live chats happening. If you guys are watching this live, we've been going for about almost 2 hours, and definitely got to throw those bumpers in there. Give us a 5-minute break, gentlemen. I'm starting to run out of my water. But if you're joining us live right now, thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Monday. It's the start of a new week. We decided to just come on here real quick last minute and introduce the FTGU.app that we just launched. And it just launched and it's still, a lot of the details are being developed in real time. But by accessing it, you automatically get access to a new t-shirt side hustle module that we created just for this app, as well as some discounts to key suppliers that you're going to need to build out your collection. And if you go on the yearly plan, you're going to unlock some amazing bonuses that are already paid for the plan itself. But check out the app through FTGU.app, which we're going to link in the chat box here on the YouTube, as well as in the description. And thank you guys for joining.
I want to make a special pitch to everybody on this call. How many people do we have right now, DeMarco?
Well, on the call, we got about 30 live on the YouTube.
31?
30 live on YouTube, right? To all 30 of you, I want to make a special pitch. Since this is our first day that we're actually, pushing this and the app is live and all that, everyone
Hold on. Shouts at Mentality. He just tipped us $10. Mentality, boy.
Mentality is on the call.
I miss you, man. Yeah.
Mentality, the one and
welcome
only.
in, man. All right, Mentality.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you ever see Mentality's brand, make sure to check him out. Maybe you can have that rolling.
I think there might be some collaboration there. Who knows?
Who knows? Mentality is about that life. Let me tell you what. He's about building community. That's all that man talks about, and that's all he is. Like, he's working his butt off here in Vegas to make sure that we make it happen and globally. So shout out to Mentality. But I just want to make a quick pitch. This is something special. We got a lot of momentum going on, and I really want to energize the people that are on this call. Sometimes it's like, you're wondering, how does this really work for me, this FTGU.app? paying $19 a month. Is it really a good situation for me? I don't know. My bank account ain't really set up like that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Trust me, we heard it all and we understand. So I'm willing to make a special offer right now. If everyone on this call downloads, or anyone who on this call sends a message to us on this live stream that they downloaded the app, the FTGU, or not downloaded, you went to FTGU.app and you signed up for the community, you paid the $19 a month or the $197 per year, which saves you a couple months. If you do that and you leave a message in the chat that you have done it, I will set up a one-on-one call with you, and we will talk. We'll set up a 15-minute call where I will meet up with you and virtually, and we will discuss your brand and find out what it's all about. Is all good?
Mentality, you're doing too much, bro.
we will, if you go ahead and download it right now. I got a little flustered, but basically everyone who's on this call, if you do that now, we will check out what's going on. So that way I could tell you exactly what's going to be on the app. We can find out where you're at with your brand. I'll give you a game plan for the year to get you to make some sales, find out what we can do to help, and then actually connect with you. So it's a good way for us to connect with you anyway. So again, I'll say it one more time. FTGU.app, sign up, $19 a month or $197 a year, and leave us a message that you signed up, and we will follow up with you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Most definitely. And once you join in the app, you can actually send us a message. So you'll be able to direct message us. So any questions, comments, things that you want to see on a future call in the FTGU app, you can just DM us. You can post an update. We'll see it. We'll interact with you. We'll get your feedback in real time, and we'll also discuss your brand in real time. And right now, I got to go to the comments and acknowledge the man behind mentality and the brand mentality. $100 chat tip.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Look at this guy.
Can we get a little bit of drum roll for my man or something? A little energy for my man? Come on, man. Appreciate it, mentality. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. So one of the questions that's coming in from Ray Lewis is, what is the best POD company you recommend? So print-on-demand companies, everybody asks that question is, what is the best? Which one gets me the best quality? And we actually made a video on this, and we're still waiting on, I think, one last print-on-demand company.
Yep, waiting on one last company.
One last company. We compared the top 4 or 5? 4 or 5?
We had 4.
4. The top 4. It's going to be releasing, I think, next week. But what we're doing is we're not just comparing quality, because print quality, guys, a lot of these print-on-demand companies all use the same printer. They all use either Kornitz or Kornitz. All right, that's it. A lot of them use Kornitz. So everybody's using a similar printer. The only difference sometimes is the speed at which it prints, the attention to detail. Sometimes you can get a really good quality with Printful, and 80% of the time you might get a really bad one, right? Because they're just rushing orders depending on who's handling it. So when it comes to the best quality print on demand, it really varies. What the main difference is the level of service and detail that you can put to your product with a print-on-demand company. So not every print-on-demand company is going to allow you to private label your products and add hem tags and add embroidery and add like all these different hit options or fulfillment options. Not all of them are going to let you do mugs and signage and posters and umbrellas and totes. Like every print-on-demand platform kind of specializes in a different thing. So it's not necessarily about which one is the best, is which one is going to be the best for your situation right now, and which one's going to offer the key styles that are going to make your brand, or can you combine a couple different print-on-demand companies? But the one thing you need to know about print-on-demand companies is if you have a red shirt, if you have a red graphic with one company and you do another red graphic with another company, it's the same design, and you're expecting the colors to match the same, it's not going to work that way. You have to know that whenever you're designing a product for one print-on-demand company, it's going to be their certain hex cue or their certain detail. And when you design for this other company, you need to just design a different product. So you're never trying to compare apples to apples, because if you do that, you're going to lose. And print-on-demand is a great way for you to get your brand started with no money. It allows you to start selling your product, so there's no excuses. Like what Mentality actually said. He said, sell a few shirts and then worry about the quality. That really is a key thing. Does somebody want to buy what you have to sell? And if they don't buy it, it doesn't matter how good the quality is. So make a design, understand what your audience is, make designs that your audience wants to buy, and then start worrying about where can I get the best sourcing for the best t-shirt, sourcing for the best printer, sourcing for the best service. Establish the sales and the company before you worry about the little details. So,
fly the plane while you're building it.
Yes, fly the plane while you're building it, guys, and that's what we're doing on the FTGU app. We're here to support you through it. We're the 197 is going to be. I don't want to release the details yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Friday. I think Friday or maybe next week we'll release it. Next week.
But
shouts out to Damon. Just got a monthly.
Yeah, Damon. Appreciate you, Damon.
Damon, let's get his information.
We need your information, bro.
Damon, my friend, can't wait to talk to you. I'm excited. Thank you so much for signing up. We will talk to you about your brand. We'll have a onboarding session, catch up, and get you set up for the year, man. And we'll make it your best investment, the best $19 you've ever spent in your life.
It says, requesting that I confirm subscription again. If it allows you to go into the community, then you should be in. If it doesn't give you access, that means you're not in. So either way, we'll follow up. Yada at the Santo Studio is the email in case you have any issues. I'm going to post it in the chat right now.
And just remember a couple other things. When we get the lovely camera on me, I just look a couple of things to remember is that when you're on a community page like this and a community app like this, we're building it in real time, but we make what you guys want. And that's what all businesses should do. So we're going to have a lot of surveys coming out. We're going to be asking you a lot of questions. We're going to be annoying you a lot. And the people that are already on the app, the small group that's already there, what we're going to do is really find out the big pain points you guys are dealing with, and we'll address them in our Wake Up and Win morning calls and these live streams that we're going to do weekly, in polls and in interactive kind of events that we'll have throughout the community. And we're going to do live events as well. That's coming. So we will be coming to a city near you.
Catch us in person.
Yes. So we're taking the show on the road. This is a big deal. So we appreciate you guys. Damon, thanks for signing up. We will be talking to you very soon.
And we got Mentality coming onto the chat right after Tiffany. Tiffany, please, love to hear your question, and then we'll get Mentality on here.
Yes, thank you for offering this platform. I've been following you guys for quite some time, and
welcome, Tiffany.
Thank you so much. Whoever said that, I don't know your name, but thank you. All I know is John. That's it. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Not that you're not important, but I mean his name is all over. So yeah. Don't take that the wrong way. Like, I can't even edit that out. Whatever.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
So here's my question. Our company's been up. It'll be a year on Black Friday. Our out the gate sales were great. I crossed 10K before the year was up. We did that in a month and a half. And then I got
congratulations.
Thank you, fam. And doing dropship was great. I used the Pleek, but the thing was because of the way shipping and things were going, and where I live at, people were kind of disgruntled about waiting for them to get the product to make it and ship.
Where do you live?
I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Vietnam, as they call it, but Fayetteville, North Carolina. So, and I'll have to say, Pleek did really great. I called them several times. They got with me, had a couple of issues with some of the print quality, but we got all that ironed out. But what I noticed was in February, I took some time to step off and do R&D with the clothing line because I saw I was gaining traction. And then, like you guys said, I wanted to do better quality. So I took 6 months to just really understand how the business works. And because I had a lot of points on my credit card, I went to Magic and I got scared. Poopless because I saw all these brands that were doing really, really good. And I was like, I am nowhere near them. And I kind of got in that frozen mindset, which is weird because my clothing line is all about having faith. I mean, my clothing line is really meant to inspire people to never give up hope, to never quit, to literally look fear in the face and punch it in the throat and come out with your gear on, feeling like faith is dripping off you like holy water. That's what this whole clothing line is about. And I struggled when I compared where I am with where I saw all these other people. So here's my question. Like, I went from like, right now with my analytics, I'm getting about maybe 1,000 to 1,500 site visits per week. But I have noticed a considerable drop in my sales. I was getting like, anywhere like maybe a 30% conversion rate. And I was cool with that because I'm like, oh, we're new, we're great. I have dropped down to single digits and I really don't know why. I don't know if it's the website's just not working anymore or if I'm just not spreading the message as well as I can. And I just kind of hit a plateau.
Okay. What's the website domain name?
Oh, Faith Leisure, faithleisure.org. It's spelled just like you would think, Faith Leisure. 3 syllables,
Faithleisure.org.
just like Adidas, just a little more letters.
Faithleisure.org. It's got the special offer back to school sale.
Yep, that's it. Yep. And I left that up because I do, kind of cater to our youth here, getting ready to try to go up to Campbell University and get some of the faith-based athletes on board. So I left the back to school up there. We were doing great. We were getting reviews, customer sales are going great. And it's just like something around June or July, everything just dropped. And I cannot figure out what.
Okay, well, first of all, I think it's important that you don't compare yourself to where you are versus where somebody else is at.
Yes.
That's a surefire way to get discouraged, right? I think the very first thing that everyone should do, everyone listening, is really set baselines for how far you've come, right? So a lot of times we forget the accomplishments that we've had, and we get discouraged when we hit a little bump on the road. So what I like to do, and I think it's what everyone should do in all aspects of life, you should definitely pull up, like, keep your report statistics, like, up onto an Excel sheet where, like, once a week you're looking at, hey, the traffic that happened 3 months ago is improving. We're up 15%. It's good. We're getting more views. Maybe the conversion isn't working. What's happening, right? So you want to diagnose in real time how to fix things. So it's not like 3 or 4 months later, you're like, oh, what's going on? It's not converting like it did last year, right? Because there's some seasonal things that could happen. There could be a real issue with the website that you may not be seeing in real time. So you always want to address things in real time, but you always want to see that, look, what I'm doing, I'm doing it better with less time. I'm getting more views, and we are getting a little bit more sales without me having to go to events, without me having to go and actually sell in person all the time, right? So you want to lay out benchmarks and accomplishments so you're not discouraged when you do hit a road. So even like in fitness or training, like, I think I always related to fitness and training because for me, for years, I struggled with losing weight. Like, I was stuck at 214 at the beginning of the year. Then I went to 210 like in March or April. And then I was stuck at 210 for like 4 or 5 months. And it wasn't until last month that I went to 204. But I didn't get discouraged because every month I saw I was doing better and better in terms of my walking and my running and my dieting, right? So always make sure that you keep a standard and that you're tracking yourself. That's the only way you're going to stay consistent with what you're doing. In regards to your site, now, like, some of the details, I don't know if you wanted to add to that before we dived into.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that there's a hand-in-hand piece that would be really good for you to kind of to consider. One is that the fact that what you're doing with the faith-based mission and message is what I remember most. Coming up in those church schools and seeing like the experiences the kids had. We taught for an entire year, and it was pulling teeth. It was the most boring thing. These kids could not stand us at all as teachers. It was a really rough relationship. However, the retreat every year without fail, all the kids loved the retreat, and it was a transformational experience for them in their life. I mean, whether it was emotional, whether it was a connection they had with their with the peers, or if it was something deeper, no matter what it was, every year you can bank on that. The reason I bring that up and what I'm saying is that your message that you brought into the beginning of this this call is what I'm seeing happening is you offer a transformational experience that the brand is attached to, with your message. So you know, maybe we could find ways where you can start. You said you're going to be at a school coming up pretty soon. You say Campbell. You know, what school did you say you were going to be
Yeah,
at?
I'm trying to get in with Campbell University because it's a faith-based faith-based educational. So
Yeah,
I mean, you know, Duke and UNC is great, but they ain't really trying
no,
to write.
I
Jesus.
understand. It's tough. It's tough to get in anywhere. But what I'm saying is that you can try to curate that experience, whether it's virtual, whether it's, you know, through any kind of virtual events, or if it was, you know, live in person events. Maybe you can create it. This is a challenge for you. This opportunity, I should say, for your brand to create that kind of a transformational experience where by the time people meet you, they see your brand, and then by the time they're done with the brand, they're a different person by whatever that experience was, whether it's, you know, exercises, whether it's prayer time, meeting other people, or whatever it could be. You're offering something to people that they come and see or they come and experience, and then attached to it is your product line. So that could be another way to open doors that you maybe don't have access to now. I was just gonna say it might be a good way for you to grow.
Most definitely. I think aligning
Awesome.
yourself. Yeah, like sometimes we think about the launch of a brand as something that's a standalone thing, and you should be supporting it because I got products. But a lot of the times people wanna know that you're supporting them in a certain way, right? So for you to be involved with some of these schools and more faith-based organization, like maybe like really tying in what Medine said, is creating some type of transformational curriculum or a 3-step process to like that people go through. And now instead of it just being a piece of merch, they have a real tie-in to what your message is. So it starts by fine-tuning what the message of the brand is, because as I go through your website, as I go through your Instagram, I see a lot of what looks to me like very promotional stuff. Like it's stuff that's on Canva, like it's all sale, but there's no real like mission-driven cause. Like I just see a lot of promotion on Instagram, and then when I go on your website, I see a lot of like buy this shirt, and it looks like it's more place it mock-up style of imagery, which is fine when you got started because you got here. What you created got you to where you are today. But now it's the challenge of how do you go to this next version of it? How do you take the brand's message beyond just a print, and how do you actually go into transform somebody that's wearing this and they could really relate to the message that you're putting out? So it's gonna take building a relationship, maybe doing a photo shoot. I think there might be a photo shoot in here or two that might be yours.
Really nice photos.
Yeah, they're really good imagery.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really say brand as much as it, like if you put a little bit more detail into it, you could start to brand what you're doing.
We got to go beyond the design.
Yeah.
Yes. And what was your name again? I'm sorry.
Tiffany Anderson. Yeah.
Tiffany Anderson. So are you going to be joining us next Friday and pitching your business to us, your brand?
Yes, I am.
All right. Wonderful.
I will be there. I will be there. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for hosting this tonight too.
Most definitely.
You're very
Thanks for
welcome,
sharing.
Tiffany.
And this week in the app, we're actually going to be diving into those details. So as I talk to you right now on the surface level, it's like, hey, how do you start to build the brand and the message? But in the app, we're actually going to be going through the steps that help you get here, that help you get there. So by next Friday, you'll have a very clean, concise, and you'll be able to pitch any school, any person that you're trying to do a deal with. They'll understand exactly what you're trying to do so they can help open those doors for you. Because sometimes if we're very vague with what we do, people don't understand how it relates to them. But the clearer you can be, the more precise, it's easy for them to relate to it and be like, oh, you know what? This could work really well in this department, right? It helps you open doors by perfecting what it is that you do.
All right. Thanks for joining, Tiffany. Go ahead and make sure you download that app, and we will see you next Friday.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. I think we're coming up to our last caller. Mentality.
Ooh, guest of the hour.
Guest of
the
hour.
2 hours.
The man, John himself.
Can we show the people that site? Because, I mean, it's just such a clean site, too. Mentality.
Yeah, Mentality.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the warehouse.
Talk to us.
Yeah,
man.
I'm in the warehouse. What's going on, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Good.
Mentality's in the house.
I saw the email late, so I just clicked it and I saw it, and it was a pretty interesting conversation. You know, there's a lot of starting brands, and I'm always curious, you know, how they think about things, you know, coming up. So.
No, most definitely.
Can we give an intro to him and like him talk about?
Yeah.
We got the website pulled up.
So I mean, I'll let you talk about your own brand, but we find that Mentality's brand has had huge impact here in Las Vegas and even globally. So we really respect him. We're happy he's on the call. John, just go ahead and take it away, man.
Yeah, so my brand is called Mentality. You can find us at mentality.com or Mentality on Instagram. We're similar to from what I've heard of the last few people, it's definitely geared towards motivation. And kind of the things that Madine and John were talking about is that we were able to penetrate a level where when you wear our garments, when you wear our shirt, it isn't necessarily because it's the best fabric, it's the best price, or it's a luxury, but it's because you really fuck with the message. So the messaging that we have is very clear, clean cut, and a lot of people relate to it, but at a deeper level than just a generic quote. So our brand is really about strengthening your mental capacity to kind of handle the world. So yeah.
And you can't walk into any EOS Fitness in Las Vegas.
Dude, you see them everywhere.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's good
Every
to hear that
gym.
these are kind of everywhere. But I'm glad because I mean honestly, like the content that you guys put out, whether it's joining from the ground up the university, the new app that you guys are launching, or just the YouTube stuff in general, like I've been pretty immersed in just learning here and there. So it's very valuable information, but right now it might not click because you are establishing your brand, you're trying to figure out all these different things. But when you look back, you can definitely count on the information that they're giving you. Specifically because I randomly saw a video of John and I watched it and I was like, huh, maybe I should do clothing. And literally that triggered the whole kind of my whole journey through clothing is because I actually saw John and his wife driving down Rainbow Boulevard on a YouTube video and they were talking about some clothing stuff and I was curious and I just started to go through all his videos and a lot of the stuff at the time it was like, it didn't make sense to me. Why would you care about a fulfillment center? Why would you care about this? Why would you care about that? But now being a 8-figure entrepreneur, like I see that all this information was really valuable. We just, I just didn't see it at the time.
Well, definitely. And it was really cool connecting with him because he saw that I was on a certain street. And he was like, yo, you live in Vegas? I'm like, yeah. So we connected with him. And I think the first time that we met was at the Magic Show. So we actually, we got him into the Magic Show. And that's where Mentality started blowing up.
Yeah, literally. Thanks to John and hooking me up with the Pass to Magic, a trade show that's in Las Vegas. So rather, I know that the Faith, the person that was just on a minute ago, she went to
Tiffany,
a convention
yep.
or she went to Magic and she was really overwhelmed. And because she saw, thousands and thousands of brands there, they had really nice booths, they had really nice clothing. But I had the opposite effect. I was really also afraid, but I was like, wait, I know that I can do this. It's possible because how did they start? How did they do this? How did they do that? Like people just don't start from zero to, a million just like that. So you don't just get a booth out of nowhere, right? It's lots of handwork. It's lots of putting pieces together and figuring it out. But I don't think you should be intimidated. You should definitely reevaluate your strategy and just understand that you're slowly figuring it out, but you have to kind of have this faith that it's going to happen, that you'll figure it out.
Can you do us a favor, man? Can you tell the people, because obviously you're successful, you're we hold you up as kind of like one of the people that we really admire and really took the route all the way to its fullest. Can you give some the people anything you feel comfortable sharing, of course, but something that you overcame in your career and how you did it, so that they can see the roadblocks they're going.
Like financially, like tell me exactly, and I can give you an answer.
Like within the business, specifically within the business, where you had to make a pivot, things were.
Oh yeah, so like many of you guys, everybody is very interested in print on demand. Print on demand gives you the luxury of starting a brand from nothing, right? You don't really have to have money up front because when the customer purchases it, it goes to the website, they start making it, but you've already been paid. So with that in mind, you have to understand that there are millions of other people doing the exact same thing. So your design, your your garments, all these things, they really don't matter because someone could go right now on Printful or Applique, type in the exact words on my shirt, and then go get it printed. It's not going to stop them. So I've met lots of, before I started watching John's video kind of religiously, I met all these people. They were telling me, hey, you should go get this design trademarked. You should do this. You should do that. Everybody initially was putting an obstacle in front of actually getting something done. So instead of just going to get some stuff on Printful, going to a local screen shop, they're like, hey, your design is too good. You need to go get it trademarked. You have to have a $10,000 website. You have to have $30,000 in influencer giveaways and things like that. So as you start talking to people who are not in it, maybe they come from different industries and maybe these things are valid, but realistically, you just need to get your product, in front of somebody. So one of the biggest obstacles that I had to do was stop asking for advice. Stop asking for advice from people that, they really have no business. And there's a difference between a wannabe entrepreneur and someone that actually does it, right? I kind of identify more with a drug dealer, right? I know I have a hot product. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it on every single corner. And I'm gonna start selling it, right?
This live stream took a whole new direction.
No, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely along those lines. You have to basically. Again, I heard that a couple of these people, they went to trade shows, they spent a couple thousand, they got models, like all of this stuff. Yes, it makes logical sense, but a lot of times you're putting yourself in a financial hole. You're buying too much inventory. You're doing all these things that are setting back your trajectory. If you would have just taken a more reasonable, lower end approach, you'd be able to scale much faster and, basically build your business without taking on too much risk. Because as you're starting your business, the more risk you take initially, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. I know that a lot of things that John teaches on his channel is, basically being realistic about your goals and expectations. Should you really go out and buy a 50,000 order unit because you can get your products down to $5 and sell it for, 50 or 100? That sounds great, but realistically, like, it's not going to make any sense if you have no pre-existing track record to sell.
I got you.
That's incredible feedback, John. Like always, I think we should have John as one of the judges next Friday.
Definitely think so.
What do you think?
I know so.
You down, John? You down to come in the studio?
Sure. Let me know when. I'll be there.
We'll do, man. This is awesome. We've known John for a few years, man. He really is about what he says, and he really goes out and does all kinds of crazy stuff. And he's a visionary in the space. And we're honored to know him, and we're honored to I love seeing what he's doing with his brand. He continues to elevate it to new levels and put new marketing tactics into it and all kinds of things. He's always reinventing it. So if you guys are watching, and you started this a year ago, and now you're like, well, what am I going to do from here? It's always about continuous reinvention of what it is that you started. It's a continual enhancement of the brand that you're doing and the messaging and the relationships that you're building. If you haven't been to a trade show, it's about going to a trade show, because if you think that you're going to find everything through word of mouth, it's not necessarily going to happen that way. You might need to connect to somebody with because you might have a very specific product in mind, and it's very hard for one person to source for that product. But if you go into a show and there's all kinds of people selling all kinds of stuff, you're going to spot that little product out the corner of somebody's booth, and you're going to be like, that's the thing I want to make. And that's the thing that starts making you money and establishes your brand. So in our community, FTGU.app, I'm going to link it right in there. We're going to be linking you to the best suppliers to get your brand started with little to no money, right? So we're all about showing you guys ways to start from the ground up. And that means, how do we get your cost to be as low as possible so you can profit and continue elevating your brand and business? So $19 a month or $197 a year. The yearly is going to have a bonus, which we're going to release next Friday, but it's pretty much going to pay for the membership itself. We want to reinvest into our community. We want to give you guys the best resources, supplies, and support. So that's what the mission is. Linked it in the chat. It's also going to be linked in the description. And we've been going strong for 2 hours now, guys. It's very, this has been a challenge. We really appreciate all of you guys being on here. We're gonna have a better screening method for the Zoom calls in the future, because we had a couple trolls come on and did a couple
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, he was just doing stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're gonna patrol it a little bit better to make the conversation a lot better. And we're also gonna be posting this. If you guys haven't already joined our newsletter list, we're gonna link it in the description of the video so you guys can join and be the first to know when an upcoming stream is. Next one happens on Wednesday, and then we got another one on Friday, and then starting next week we go to the pitching. So $5,000 to build your brand. If you're a member of the FTGU app, you get access to be able to pitch and win a part of that. So I think that's all I got from here.
That rounds us out. Make sure you make sure you go to FTGU.app, join, $19 a month, and you will be able to sign up for a contest. $500 is going to 10 lucky winners. Next Friday, your pitch, 60 seconds. What's your brand, what you're about, the meaning and message, what's your product, what's your price. Have that ready to go next Friday. Pitch it to us, and it'll be like your own personal Shark Tank.
Let's do it, guys. All right, so I think it's time to take us home.
Take us home, Medine.
Take us home, Medine.
All right, everybody.
How we do it?
We do it all the time. We say wake up and win. Find what you're about and live it, okay? So I need you to find a hard surface anywhere near you. Start banging on it. And I need everyone in this room to bang on their table, please. DeMarco. All right. And then now, so bring a little bit of energy with it. And we will say it not once. There it is. Not twice, but 3 times for good measure. We like to say, I say wake up, you say win. Wake up!
Win!
Wake up!
Win!
Wake up!
Let's go, baby! FTGU.app, let's go!
FTGU.app, $19 a month. Don't forget it.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Did we blow out somebody's ears?
Yeah, we probably did. We woke up the kids.
Are we good now?
Yeah, let me just finish.